Is disregard a word?
Kind of.
Welcome to From Center Ice, the podcast. My name is Courtney.
I'm Jacqueline.
And I got a sleep text this morning.
I accidentally texted her in my... Well, accidentally. No, I guess I meant to in my sleep. I don't know. I texted her this morning, and
it was like around 9 o'clock this morning.
I was definitely still sleeping at that time. But the first text that I sent said, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, but not the words. Just
like WTAF.
Yeah.
And then the next text said disregard. And then the next text said, that doesn't look like a word, but I think it is. And that was it.
And I just said, what? No question mark. Just what?
I was like, I don't remember saying any of that.
I was very confused. I thought I had missed something.
No, nothing at all. I'm just very concerned about the word disregard in my sleep.
Yeah. Let's see if I can scroll back here. Da, da, da.
We talked quite a bit today.
It's not super far. So the last thing we were talking about was hockey cards.
Well, of course.
And I said probs in all caps. So that was the last thing that happened last night. And then 9:06 this morning, WTAF, disregard. That doesn't look like a word, but I think it is.
End of conversation. That was all.
What were you dreaming about?
I have no idea. Why did I feel the need to text you about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm scared knowing that I can text in my sleep. Like, that's terrifying to me.
That is a bit terrifying.
Especially when, like, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
At least you'll be able to see it when you wake up. Like, it doesn't disappear like if it was a Snapchat or
when
something.
I woke up, I saw your text that just said, what? And I was like, what?
What happened?
And I opened it, and I was like, what the fuck?
Extra what?
Extra. It was, but I'm glad it was you.
Yeah.
And not, like, somebody I shouldn't be I don't know. I don't talk to other people, but, like...
It could have been somebody totally random that you hadn't talked to in
That's
forever.
true. Or it could have been my dad.
That.
That would...
Then he would have said what with 10 exclamation points.
Exclamation points. He does love his exclamation points.
He does. I have
it's
no
adorable.
Punctuation, and he would do all of the exclamation points.
He's a little extra, but I love it.
He's
very cute.
It's funny because he's never that excited when you talk to him in person.
No.
He's very even-keeled, but
texting, everything must be exciting.
Everything is exciting.
Everything is so exciting.
It's pretty amazing.
I love it.
Oh, my goodness. So, since this is a hockey podcast, after all, it's From Center Ice.
Disregard.
We have a new segment of this show.
Oh, what is it?
And I figured it would be easier to just introduce a segment because there's always something that goes in here.
Okay.
It's Callout Corner.
Callout Corner.
Yes.
Ooh, let's go.
So the first person today in Callout Corner is Evander Kane.
Oh, yeah.
So we had talked about him last week, but I didn't like how I set it up, so I erased it from the show. So there was a whole conversation you guys didn't hear that happened last week.
Oh, God.
But if you are not caught up on the Evander Kane story, his soon-to-be ex-wife had posted on her Instagram story that she talked about his gambling addiction again, and then said that he had, like, abandoned her and their 1-year-old child, and she's pregnant right now.
Right.
And that he's just, like, gambling away all of their money, and he's going off on vacations with other women.
Uh-huh.
And then he released a statement saying that none of it was true. And it was just very messy because it's like they kept going back and forth on social media.
Extremely messy. So messy.
Like dragging everybody else into this ex-lovers quarrel.
Yeah. It's all... I don't know what to believe.
Me either.
Because I wouldn't doubt that he's a piece of shit and he, like, cheats and stuff.
Oh, she also accused him of throwing games.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that part.
Gambling on his own games.
Gambling on his own games.
Throwing them, yeah.
So the NHL is investigating that, which I'm not really sure how you go about doing.
No.
I guess you would...
There's got to be some way to trace how you're betting. Unless it's like under the table, which, I mean, I guess it would have to be if it's his own game.
You would think so?
Yeah.
But hockey players aren't the smartest people.
Not always, no.
So it's not a guarantee that it's all under the table.
Or, I mean, it might just be an ex-lover that's scorned and upset.
It could be. It could be.
But I don't know.
Because we know he's had problems before.
With gambling.
He's pretty much had problems at every team he's been with.
Right.
And then yesterday on The Athletic.
Oh. I haven't heard any new developments since last time.
Yes. Kevin Kurz posted an article, and the title of it says, Evander Kane's relationship with the Sharks teammates and the organization may be irreparable.
Uh-oh.
And part of that article says, several key players informed Team Brass that if Kane was going to be part of the Sharks going forward, they didn't want to be.
Ooh.
That's how bad it got and how complicated this situation has become. And then, according to a source listed in this same article, this is a quote, guys were going into Doug's office all year long, so Doug Wilson, GM, saying Kane had to go. All Doug would say is all teams have locker room issues, which just isn't true. Not the teams that win, anyway. And then an agent who represents at least one player on the team said the Sharks ignored everything. The team turned a blind eye. Yeah.
So, I don't understand what they were saying.
So apparently all of his teammates don't, not all of his teammates.
Some of his teammates, yeah. Well, I got that much, that they don't like him.
And then when they went to the team with their concerns, they did nothing about it.
Yeah, sounds about right for the NHL.
Yeah, that hits real close to home.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to them. So, yes, the situation is still very messy with no conclusion.
Yes.
At this time.
I would definitely describe the whole situation as messy. That is the best word for this.
Mm-hmm. It would be... I can't even say it would be shocking.
Right.
To go into the season without any sort of update or resolution.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I still say they should do a 1-for-1 Jack Eichel for Evander Kane. Because it just makes sense.
It does.
It makes too much sense.
I like that.
Although I don't know if the city of Buffalo would even welcome him back.
Yeah.
Because apparently
he
had
caused
a lot of issues.
problems there of like fighting in bars and all kinds of shit.
He can go back with his buddy Patrick Kane and it could just be
the Canes.
Kane squared wreaking havoc on Buffalo, New York.
Oh Lord, that is...
I don't know what it is about players with the last name of Kane in Buffalo.
They just suck.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's no resolution to that. And it's just like
I would not...
go ahead.
No, I was just repeating. I would not be surprised if we never hear another word about it.
Yeah. And like most stories in the NHL, everything that comes out just gets worse.
Right. Of course. Just snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
Everything becomes a thing.
Everything. And seeing as his own teammates don't want to be on a team with him, that's pretty damning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If it's true.
Right.
I don't know why you'd have multiple sources between agents and other people around the league saying it was true if it wasn't.
Right.
But this is the NHL. So.
Anything goes.
Yeah. Anything definitely goes. So you want to go back to Carolina for a little bit?
Not really, but sure.
All right. So remember how when the news dropped that Tony DeAngelo was going to be signed,
I do recall,
by the Carolina Hurricanes, there was massive outcry on Twitter.
Of course.
From season ticket holders saying they were going to cancel their season tickets.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
All of that.
Yeah. Well, one of the big names that was doing that was a man named Doug Abrams.
Okay.
And he posted a Twitter thread.
Oh, dear.
A few days ago. August 6th, so 6 days ago now.
What day is it?
It's the 12th. I keep thinking it's the 11th. I don't know why.
I was thinking it was like the 9th. I'm
Yeah.
way off. Time doesn't exist.
No. So I guess he's a season ticket holder and a sponsor is what I've gathered from this and what people were saying in the comments and everything. And he had changed his bio on Twitter to avid hockey fan, not fan of the Carolina Hurricanes any longer because character matters. Now, his bio says, and he changed this after he posted this Twitter thread, which I will get to.
Okay.
But now it says, avid hockey fan back again as a Carolina Hurricanes fan because character matters. Hoping Brind'Amour is right.
Wait. Okay, I need to hear the thread because...
You didn't see this?
No.
Oh, okay. I was retweeting a lot of people who had reacted to this.
I don't think I saw this.
All right, so it's 3 tweets, and then he was responding to a bunch of people. So I was able to meet, this is his Twitter thread, Doug Abrams, at D. Abrams 2021. I was able to meet with both Don Waddell and Rod Brind'Amour to discuss my very serious
he's a
concerns.
sponsor.
Yes.
I was going to say, how do you just meet with the GM?
And apparently they're reaching out to fans and season ticket holders.
Okay. I'm sorry. I missed what you said because I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was able to meet with both Don Waddell and Rod Brind'Amour to discuss my very serious concerns about the D'Angelo signing. We had a very friendly but frank conversation.
Okay.
It is clear to me that Rod Brind'Amour was and is convinced he can create a win-win situation. So before I go on any further, did you know that Rod Brind'Amour is not only the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, but apparently he is also a life coach now?
Eternal eye roll at that.
All right, so second tweet. Continuing from the first one, he can create a win-win situation in which Tony D'Angelo can both help the team and also grow and mature as a human being. I find this situation complicated and troubling, but in the end, I feel both Ron and Don have earned the right to have me trust their judgment in the decision. That's the second tweet.
Okay.
Third tweet, which is the end of his thread, but then he goes on to respond to people. I hope Tony D'Angelo realizes how much integrity it takes for both Rod and Don to put their reputations on the line for him. I hope he takes full advantage of the chance they are giving to him. I don't know that he will have many, if any, more chances in the NHL.
But I thought character mattered. What happened?
Well, you see, Rod Brind'Amour, being the life coach that he is,
I don't give a fuck who he is
going to whip Tony D'Angelo into shape, and he's not going to be a racist because of
competitiveness.
Yep, any longer. He is no longer a racist because his coach is white man Rod Brind'Amour.
What a fucking joke.
That's what I said.
Did
Literally.
you? Yeah.
I quote tweeted this thread and said, "What a fucking joke," with our From Center ice cream.
I missed it.
Yep.
Wow.
So then somebody went on to reply to that saying, "Are you reconsidering the cancellation of your tickets after the conversation?" To which Doug replies, "We have renewed the season tickets, the STH tickets, season ticket holder tickets, just, in case you didn't get that, based on the conversation. I have no doubt Brind'Amour believes that Tony D'Angelo is sincere and has changed. If I were Tony D'Angelo, I wouldn't think about disappointing Brind'Amour in any way or fashion."
Oh, that's rich.
Because not only is Rod Brind'Amour the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, he is also a life coach. But not only is Rod Brind'Amour the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes and a life coach, apparently, he's also God.
Oh,
because you don't want to disappoint him at all.
No, never, ever. It would be real bad if he got disappointed.
Oh, no. Disappointed Rod. I'm still making $1 million this season. I got another chance in the NHL after being kicked off of every NHL team I've been on.
Every single team.
All right. And then somebody else.
Still going. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else responded to that and said, if them saying, just trust us, was enough for you, then you never really were serious. You just wanted the appearance of allyship.
That's the one.
To which Doug said,
oh, dear.
If you think Brindamore should throw any human on the junk heap because helping that person would be unpopular, you have very different values than I do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So,
that is for fucking sure.
To recap thus far, Rod Brindamore, coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, apparent life coach, also God, is now a rehabilitator, along with his hockey team, the Carolina Hurricanes, which are paying Tony DeAngelo $1 million this season. Not even league minimum. After he was just kicked off of the New York Rangers in February of this very year and bought out by that team after they had just extended his contract.
Fucking yikes.
Now we are not supposed to throw him on the trash heap.
Oh, he'd been there.
Because we are supposed to help these people.
Fuck that guy. He's an adult.
But we have to help them, you see.
I will help someone if they are an addict. I will help someone if they have been abused. I will help just about anybody.
But not if they're competitive?
Yeah, that's the problem. No, but like, there's so many things that we can forgive and so many things that can be fixed. This guy's a fucking trash human. Like, he has been for years. He got it from his dad. Like, I mean, it's not going away.
Who uses racial slurs every day.
Every single day.
According to himself.
Literally from his mouth.
So the same person who called him... Oh, yeah. The same person who called out Doug for saying he just wanted the appearance of allyship said, refusing someone a spot on an NHL roster is not the same as, quote-unquote, throwing someone on the junk heap. Playing in the NHL is a privilege, not a right. You can absolutely try to help someone grow and change without giving them a privilege they've abused repeatedly. For Tony DeAngelo to be on the roster, it directly flies in the face of the values of the organization. It's not about whether or not he can grow as a person. It's that the team believes his potential value he could bring is more important than fans of color who they claim to welcome. To which Doug replied,
oh, God.
It's painful.
Yeah, I'm already in much pain.
I was just sitting there scrolling through this because everybody who responded said things way better than I could. So I was just like, yeah, go you. I was like rooting them on.
So this, scrolling through. What's his name, Doug?
Doug Abrams.
He's a middle-aged white man, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That wasn't confirmed over here. It just makes every sense now.
Yep. So he responded to that saying, your conclusion runs contrary to Brindamore as a human being.
I don't give a fuck what Brindamore thinks.
He's God.
Yes, I'm sorry.
We must care what Goddamore thinks.
You said Goddamore? Yo, wizard, hey.
Your conclusion runs contrary to Brindamore as a human being. It would have been far easier not to sign Tony DeAngelo and to not have the controversy.
Is that not everyone's point?
How lacking in integrity would Brindamore be if he refused to change a person's life because it would be controversial?
It's not his fucking job.
To recap so soon, not only is Rod Brindamore the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, he is also an apparent life coach. He is also God. He is also a rehabilitator.
You were going to say Republican?
He probably is that too.
I would put money on it. But Goddamore.
Goddamore, as he is now called. Goddamore. Rod Goddamore. Like, why is this man putting Brindamore on a pedestal for being willing to coach Tony DeAngelo and having him on the team where he's going to score points for the Carolina Hurricanes? That's what this is all about. Not rehabilitating this racist asshole hole. It's because he's going to score points for your fucking team.
Yeah.
That's why they signed him. Not because they're going to turn his life around.
No.
Because it's not your fucking job, like you said.
No.
That's not what NHL teams are here for.
That's not why they sign people.
They're not here to make you good people, because we know they don't make you good people, because most of the people in the league are fucking shitty people.
I just don't get it. Like, this guy doesn't understand at all what the problem is here?
Apparently not, because character matters, and Rod Goddamore is going to help Tony turn around and become mature.
How old is Tony D'Angelo?
I will tell you.
Please do.
Tony D'Angelo. I did not spell that right. There we go.
I just tried.
He's younger than we are. He's 25.
Oh.
I knew not to be racist at 25.
yeah, I've known that.
I am a very competitive person.
Oh, you guys have no idea.
Like, it's a character flaw. But I'm not out here just throwing around racial slurs because I'm competitive.
That makes no sense. It's not an excuse.
It's not. I don't... How did he even think that saying that
would make it better?
Yeah. Like,
it doesn't.
Does that somehow make sense?
It's literally the NHL. All of them are competitive.
You kind of have to be to become a professional player of any sport.
It's a sport. That is what competitiveness stems from.
Yep.
How? Oh my God. Apparently,
I replied to that tweet.
Oh,
I don't remember doing that.
Disregard.
Disregard. I said, wow, how brave of the Canes, ... Oh, please. Being on an NHL roster and making $1 million doesn't teach this asshole anything. Hockey teams aren't rehab programs. If Rod Goddamore was so hell-bent on seeing Tony D'Angelo change, he could have talked to him outside of hockey.
But, like, he signed him first.
Yeah. They signed him to not league minimum. That's still the part.
Not league min.
There's a lot of this that I can't get over because of how dumb it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that he is not making league minimum, like, you're paying him more than you had to.
It hurts me.
Clearly, you signed him because you wanted him. Nobody forced you to do this.
No.
Nobody said, you know what, Rod? If you refuse to coach this guy, you are a shitty human being. Because apparently there are 31 shitty human beings in the National Hockey League as head coaches who refuse to coach Tony D'Angelo and help him mature and carry him through his journey, just like Mark Bergevin is for Logan Mailloux. There is only one set of footprints in the sand, as Rod Brind'Amour is going to carry Tony D'Angelo through his journey of maturing into an actual human being and not a piece of dirt on this junk heap.
He is 25 years old. He is not a child. He is a full-grown man.
Mm-hmm.
He should know better, plain and simple. And he does know better. He just won't do better.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody shouts their grievances at him. This is why we hate you. So he knows what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you need Godmore's help on that.
Mm-mm. No. You want more?
About this?
I can keep reading from this Twitter thread.
Oh, God.
He responded to a lot of people. So somebody named Omar said, glad you got to meet with them, but I'm more interested to see how that conversation would have gone down with members of the BIPOC community. We're going to need more than verbal assurances.
Yeah.
To which Doug replied,
Oh, no.
100% agree that words are easy and that we all need to see deeds in addition to words by Tony D'Angelo.
How clueless is he?
An immediate set of actions would appear more PR than sincere. I am waiting a few weeks to see actions as well as words. What does he expect him to do? What actions can you take to prove you are not a racist asshole? Like, what can you do?
Any of that would be performative. I don't care if it's now or in a few weeks or
because
whatever.
He is a racist.
He is a
asshole.
racist, and that doesn't really change.
Yep. Somebody else replied to that and said, except you didn't wait a few weeks. You already did the only thing that they care about, renewed your season tickets.
Yep.
It's all words. Let's be real. If they weren't losing a large amount of money from you, they wouldn't have given you the time of day.
That's just it.
That same person had responded to this Twitter thread a little further down. So they said, so they met with you because they wanted to keep your money, and it worked.
Ta-da.
To which Doug responded,
No!
Yes, this might seem like a pile-on on Doug, and it is.
It is, and that's fine.
Because you had a big voice in all of this, and you chose to use it the right way the first time, but then you immediately walked it back because Rod Brindamore is God.
Yep.
And he carried you through the sand. The sand of leading you to liking Tony D'Angelo, apparently. Anyway, so he responded to that saying, What worked is that I concluded Rod deserved a chance to prove he could help D'Angelo stop doing things, saying those things, believing those things I find to be odious.
What
Rod Goddamore is going to help Tony D'Angelo not believe racist things.
What does odious mean?
I don't know. Probably bad. Extremely unpleasant or repulsive.
Okay. Can I hear that last sentence one more time?
Sure, I'll read the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Whoops. Maybe. All right, so that person responded to the Twitter thread and said, so they met with you because they wanted to keep your money and it worked. And Doug responded, what worked is that I concluded Rod deserved a chance to prove he could help D'Angelo stop doing those things, saying those things, believing those things I find to be odious. Rod Brindamore is not only the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. He is an apparent life coach. He is God. He is a rehabilitator. And he is going to make Tony D'Angelo stop believing racist things and saying them because he is competitive.
Are they gonna, do a one-on-one with him every day and be like, don't be racist?
I don't know.
I don't...
It sounds like this dude expects them to put him through, racist conversion therapy or something. That's what it's sounding like from this shit that he's
honestly, saying. What do you expect the coach to do?
Yeah.
What actions would you like to see in a few weeks after you've already renewed your season tickets?
It's just mind-boggling.
It is that. It's infuriating. It's so frustrating. Because this guy is just totally blind to what he's talking about.
Uh-huh. You want to hear another conversation in the same Twitter thread?
Okay.
Somebody named Lena said, did they offer anything of substance, i.e. concrete plans, or did they just ask you to trust them? To which Doug responded, it is fair to say I am a talk is cheap, show me concrete actions person. It is also fair to say that the Canes are acutely aware that without actions that show change, their assurances ring hollow. So what? They have your money. So what?
What is he even trying to say?
Their action was signing Tony D'Angelo when
Exactly.
they didn't have to.
Yes.
That was their action.
There's no getting through to some people.
That was their action.
They're so far up their own asshole that nothing matters to them. They're so delusional.
Yep. So that person replied again, saying, then I am very curious when those actions will take place and what they will entail. So far, they have given us nothing but words. To which Doug replied, I share the same concerns. There is 0% chance the Canes took on this signing without knowing all of us want to see actions and deeds by Tony D'Angelo that show his commitment to being a person who values and respects all people. No, I don't give a fuck what Tony D'Angelo does. I want an NHL team to stop signing these fucking shitty people.
You know how easy it is to not sign somebody? It's so much easier than signing somebody, I promise.
So much.
You just don't do it.
You wouldn't have to pay $1 million, first of all.
You don't have to do it. It's the easiest. I love not doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at not doing things.
Yeah.
I've never signed Tony D'Angelo. No, but like seriously.
This dude is just like willing to give them all of the moral awards in the world because they say that they're going
Give a fuck what they say.
Yeah.
Like it's that simple.
And who the fuck cares? Like, they already did it. They already signed him. The damage is done.
It is very much done.
Anything they do from here is just lip service because people are pissed. That's it.
Just like Montreal.
Just like Montreal. And this happened after that.
Sure did. Sure did.
They saw everything that Bergevin and the Montreal Canadiens went through after they just had to draft Logan Mailloux in the first round of the NHL entry draft. And they said, you know what? We're going to one-up you and sign Tony D'Angelo, the guy who is not a teenager and did not just make a silly transgression.
No, not the transgressions.
He's been a racist at every walk of life.
Every step of the way. And
he's been punished for it. And
repeatedly.
Still gets chances.
Why? What is it about Tony D'Angelo? He's not that great as a player.
No.
Like, I don't...
Sure, he'll put up points. He's an offensive defenseman.
Sure.
Sign Eric Gustafson.
Oh, no.
Like, you want points and a shitty defenseman.
At least,
sign Eric Gustafson.
At least he's not a shitty person that we know
not
of.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so today, the Hockey Diversity Alliance.
Oh. Right, because they put Kane on...
he was on
like,
leave.
Yeah.
Well, they welcomed Ethan Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Angela James and Natalie Spooner.
Okay.
Joined the HDA. You know, Ethan Bear, the player that Carolina traded for.
Yeah. The Indigenous one?
Yep. Who had received all sorts of racist comments after Edmonton got swept in the playoffs, even though that was not his fault.
Nope.
He's one guy.
Just one.
One guy. They traded for him. And then signed racist shithead Tony D'Angelo in the same day.
How do you...
In the same
how
day.
How are you that cognitive dissonance
points.
Or whatever it's called? Fuck the points!
That's the only word that bounces around in their little pea brains is points, 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 points. Oh my God.
And I don't understand how people don't understand why people are upset about things outside of hockey. They're like, just leave it on the ice. Just what does he do on the ice? No.
Because it doesn't affect them and they have zero empathy.
Like, just... How can you look at him out there on the ice knowing he's a shitty racist, bold, whatever, and just be like, points.
Because they are going to continue to be fans of the team, which is fine. But they don't want to feel shitty about it. So they're like, it's no big deal. And they try so hard to convince themselves of this that they just spew that over and over and over again.
It's gross.
Nobody's telling you to not be a fan of the Carolina Hurricanes.
No. I mean, I like them.
Yeah, but they're not our team, so I can be like, oh, fuck that.
Right.
Fuck that.
But I mean, even our own team.
Exactly.
You know how hard it is to walk into this studio and see fucking Blackhawks shit everywhere?
Yeah. But we don't say, oh, nothing is happening. Obviously, the Blackhawks weren't in the wrong for anything. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Just stick to hockey. I don't care what's going on off of the ice. That was 10 years ago.
And again, I understand painfully how not everyone is as much of a fan of the NHL as we are, as probably you listening. I understand that if they're just casual fans, I think we've been over this, if they're just casual fans, They don't know all of the drama going on outside of what they see on the ice.
Yeah.
So I don't blame every Canes fan. I don't blame every Chicago fan.
Not at all.
It's just
people like this. And that's how this is a whole pile on Doug, because he was a big voice on Canes Twitter about fuck this team, I'm taking my season tickets away, not supporting them at all, putting it in his bio that he's no longer a fan of the Canes, and then just walking it back before anything even happens.
See, you said Canes, and I thought we were still talking about...
Canes Squared?
Canes Squared.
No, it's all the Canes today.
Canes.
Cane
To the
cubed.
third. Cubed, that's the one.
It's Cane cubed in Callout Corner. Say that 10 times fast.
We got Patrick. We got Evander.
We got Carolina. Yeah. Like, fuck, dude. It's okay to admit that your team does shitty things.
It's better to call them out and recognize what they've done.
Because if you don't, they're not going to change.
It just continues.
Because guess what? They didn't get penalized at all for 10 years. So why would they change if you don't make it known that it's not fucking acceptable?
Exactly. People don't understand that all of the power is in fans' hands.
Right. And nobody's telling you that you're wrong for being a fan of a team.
No.
Nobody's telling you that.
Point.
They're just trying to get you to understand that it's a big deal. And it's okay that is a big deal. Because it is.
Right. I mean, it should be a big deal. It is a big deal. It needs to be dealt with. That's the whole point. And I don't trust fucking Gardemore to fix Tony D'Antonio.
Nobody else
I
could, quote unquote, fix them.
Oh my God. I can't wrap my mind around it.
Mm-mm. Some people just choose so hard to live in blissful ignorance.
See, ignorance is bliss is one of my least favorite quotes, like, ever.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it applies, but only until you actually know something.
Right.
Because then you can't ignore it.
You can't not know it. Once you know something, you
can't unknow it.
No.
And when you try to unknow it and say it's not a big deal, then you sound like an asshole, because you are.
A lion asshole.
A lion asshole? Like
lying.
A cowardly lion?
Lying.
You're a big lion's asshole.
You're a big lion's asshole. Oh, man. Can we move on?
Yes.
I don't want to hear any more from Doug.
Okay. We will close out Doug's tab.
Goodbye, Doug.
Here.
Goodbye, Doug.
All right. So we're still in Callout Corner, though.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
So the Toronto Marlies.
Okay.
Part of the Toronto Maple Leafs, their AHL team.
Yes.
Hired a man by the name of Dusty Emu to be their goaltending coach.
Dusty Emu?
IMOO.
Oh. I was thinking like
like the bird? No. So, they hired him to be the goaltending coach.
Okay.
And he's been let go. They hired him like a week or two ago.
What could he possibly have done in a week?
Oh, it's not what he's done in a week. I'm going to read you his Wikipedia page.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
It doesn't start off bad.
Okay.
Emu was born, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I believe I am. I don't know.
I mean, it's spelled I-M-O-O.
Yeah. Was born in New Westminster, British Columbia. He played in the Western Hockey League for the New Westminster Bruins, Lethbridge Hurricanes, and Regina Pats between 1987 and 1991. In his first professional season, the 1991-92 season, Emu played for 4 different teams: the East Coast Hockey League Cincinnati Cyclones, Erie Panthers, and Dayton Bombers, as well as the International Hockey League's Fort Wayne Comets. So he was a goaltender.
Okay.
He would then go on to Japan to play in the Japan Ice Hockey League.
Okay.
Because he's part Japanese.
Okay.
He remained with the team until 2003 when he signed for the Oji Eagles. He also played for Japan's national team, playing in 3 ice hockey world championships, as well as in the men's tournament in the 1998 Winter Olympics.
Okay.
After retiring in 2006, he returned to Canada, becoming a goaltending consultant for the Surrey Eagles of the British Columbia Hockey League. He later became the goaltending coach for the WHL's Seattle Thunderbirds and the St. John's IceCaps of the American Hockey League before becoming the goaltending coach of the Los Angeles Kings of the National Hockey League in 2015.
Okay.
In 2019, he became the goaltending coach of the KHL's Kunlun Red Stars. So he's got a pretty good resume.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
He's been a lot of places.
Yeah.
Lots of different leagues. The NHL with the Los Angeles Kings.
Yep.
In 2021, Emo was hired as the goalie coach of the Toronto Marlies.
Right.
He was let go shortly after transphobic likes and retweets of his were found on his Twitter account. And not only that, he supported the January 6th insurrection.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. I'm not.
Oh, God.
I'm not.
What is there to even say?
So then they released a statement 2 days ago.
The Marlies?
The Marlies.
Okay.
Dusty Emu will not be joining the Toronto Marlies. We made a mistake.
Yeah.
Not a transgression.
Not
Not a fancy mistake.
Nope.
Just a mistake.
Just a mistake.
By not thoroughly following our organizational protocols when considering this candidate for the position of goaltending coach for the Toronto Marlies. Signed, Brendan Shanahan.
You see how easy it is to say, hey, we made a mistake?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, not employ pieces of shit?
Mm-hmm. Kristen Shilton tweeted on August 10th. She quote tweeted that Marley's statement, saying, Leafs organization faced backlash for hiring Dusty Emu as the Marlies goalie coach earlier this week. On his Twitter, Emu has previously favorited and retweeted transphobic hate speech, anti-vaccine sentiments, and support for the Capitol Hill insurrection in January. Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Good on the Marlies for unemploying him.
Yes.
I know they definitely should have been more thorough in their checking.
Mm-hmm.
But they realized their mistake.
Did they? Or did they just hear the outcry after they hired him?
Oh. Well, I didn't know about any of this. So.
Oh, it was all over Twitter.
Huh.
There was big old backlash from Leafs Nation.
How am I missing things on Twitter?
I don't know.
Like, I have you on alerts. I have so many hockey people on my, like, notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep.
Maybe I'm just sleeping too much.
Maybe. So, while yes, good on them for, firing the guy.
Yes.
A week after hiring him.
Yes.
But maybe they thought that they were just going to get away with that one. Just
not in 2021 unless you're the Hurricanes or Chicago or, any other team like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
But at least, I don't know why I'm giving them so much credit.
Okay, Doug.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Who's your god Demore?
I'm just saying that is the way to handle an outcry.
Yes, it is.
That's it.
People are going to make mistakes.
Of course.
There's been a lot of them in the hockey world just this off-season.
So many.
Just this off-season. But yes, they rectified their mistake after hearing all of the outcry on Twitter.
Yes.
Want to talk about the Blackhawks?
Are we still in Callout Corner?
Oh, we're still in Callout Corner.
Well, we gotta be if we're talking about the Hawks.
We're still in Callout Corner.
All right, let's go.
So there was a new article released today by Rick Westhead.
Today.
Did you miss this one too?
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, Rick released a new article.
Okay.
Because former skills coach Paul Vincent, who was on the player's side and has been outspoken this whole time, he met with the investigators to go over his account of everything that happened. So I'll just give you the highlights, which Rick is so wonderful to just tweet out along with his article. So, a quote, Blackhawks VP of Hockey Operations, Al McIsaac, still with the team, along with Stan Bowman, did most of the speaking, he said, Paul Vincent. And this is what Al McIsaac said, "We've got it handled. You are assuming something happened, and we're going to look into it. You don't need to look into it anymore."
Vincent, that's what the coach that was there said?
That's what Al McIsaac said.
Who was?
VP of Hockey Operations.
For the Blackhawks.
Yes. That is what was said in that team meeting before the series against San Jose. Al McIsaac said, "We've got it handled. You are assuming something happened, and we're going to look into it. You don't need to look into it anymore."
Wow.
Rick goes on to tweet, Vincent told investigators Brad Aldrich brought interns to the players' locker room after games to drink alcohol. Quote, "Some of the interns looked younger, looked like minors, and he was having drinks with them." Vincent also told investigators Aldrich routinely had a 14-year-old boy stay weekends at his apartment, adding he understood the boy's family was close to Aldrich. Vincent said the boy had developed into a pretty successful hockey player, moved along, and became an NHL player. But he refused to give the name of the player to the investigators. For what it's worth, the young teen who stayed with Aldrich and who is now playing in the NHL never had any negative encounters with Brad, the player's agent told me. Again, this is Rick Westhead tweeting this out. Adding his client wasn't aware of the accusations against Aldrich until media reports this year.
I'm like shaking right now. Because now we're adding pedophilia into this.
That was always a part of it with the high school player.
The high school player, yeah.
But that player said nothing happened with him.
Because why would he admit to it?
Well, he's anonymous, and all of these other guys are coming out, so he wouldn't be the first, which makes it easier, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he will come out about it.
Right. So, what, all the other witnesses who saw him give the drinks to the minors just made that up? Or?
Different people.
Okay.
The minors that he gave drinks to were the interns.
Right.
The 14-year-old wasn't a part of that.
Okay.
He was a kid who his family was family friends with Aldrich, and he would stay with him on the weekends.
Okay.
Yes.
Why would you give alcohol to a minor? What are your intents when doing that? Because
you gotta seem like the cool guy. Be friends with everybody. Because if you're friends with everybody, you can't do anything wrong. Or nobody's going to believe it when somebody says you do something wrong. Yeah. Like Al McIsaac. We've got it handled. You are assuming something happened, and we're going to look into it.
Do you say we're going to look into it? Or you were assuming and you were going to check into it?
You are assuming, so talking to Paul. McIsaac said, you are assuming something happened, and we are going to look into it.
Got it.
Being the Blackhawks.
Right.
You don't need to look into it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we do need to continue looking into it. For better, for worse, if we find nothing, then okay, at least we still looked.
Yeah, but he said this 10 years ago. It
never got handled!
No.
So...
Nope. Nothing happened. Well, Bradley Aldrich was fired in the summer of 2010. And nobody knew why. He was just gone. So that's the latest update in that shit show. And when we say that people middle-aged white men can forgive a lot of things. There are way too many people in the comments on these Twitter threads saying, innocent until proven guilty? This is the United States. Innocent until proven guilty. We don't know that anything happened.
Why would these players lie about something so terrible?
They want money.
They can't get money. The statute of limitations is gone.
They want money.
People don't know the facts, and we don't know the facts either. But if somebody says that they were sexually assaulted, I'm going to believe them until it's proven that that didn't happen, in which that person needs to go rot in hell too. Wrongly accusing someone is one of the most fucked up things you can do other than actually abuse someone. It ruins people's lives.
Yep.
But at the same time, we still have all of these abusers out and in the NHL and all over the place. I mean, it's not just about hockey, but
because again, people don't want to stop becoming fans of their team, which nobody is asking you to do.
Nobody has to do that.
But they don't want to feel shitty about it. They don't want to have that on their conscience, that my team is fucked up.
Okay, but I'm sitting here. My team is fucked up. I don't feel shitty about saying that because I'm actively calling them out. Callout Corner, here we are.
But they don't want to because they don't want to talk about it.
It's fine if you don't want to, but then don't fucking throw your word out there. Like, just ignore it. You know how easy it is to not do something?
That's all it comes back to.
Just don't fucking do it.
Don't do it.
You don't have to defend accused abusers.
But they're so quick to do so.
And it's disgusting.
It's something I will never understand. Like, yeah, none of us want this to have happened.
Of course not.
But why are you so quick to defend somebody accused of sexual assault?
It's disgusting. Because why would you want to believe?
And I don't know if it's just because they can't separate themselves from it with this one. Like, it wasn't a female victim.
Right.
So it's not something like, oh, that happens to women. Like, that's totally separate from them. They can separate themselves from that.
No.
But when it's a male victim, then they have the thought, this could happen to me. Or is something I experienced sexual assault? And that's a lot to come to terms with.
It is. Hey, yes. 100%.
And that's understandable. But don't be here, like, trying to defend somebody accused of sexual assault because you just look like a shitty human being.
You don't know him.
Right.
Like,
what does this do for you? What does defending this guy do for you?
I don't understand, and I will never understand so many things about this situation.
Other than you just not wanting it on your conscience that you root for a shitty team. Nobody's telling you to not be a fan.
No.
Nobody's
That's
telling you that.
That's not the point of any of this.
It's just to recognize this is a serious situation. If you don't want to talk about it, like you said, don't talk about it.
Just don't.
Don't try to further push it under the rug by saying nothing happened. Just don't talk about it.
What are you getting out of that? Why? Why would you not want the investigation? Why would you not want them to go find the truth? Which, I mean, you just explained some reasons why, but, like, why? How can you be out here just actively defending someone who was accused of such serious things?
Or they're afraid of what it'll do to their team. Like, oh, if Stan Bowman is fired, what if we get a shittier GM?
Well, we might, but...
And then our team will suck even more. Oh, no.
It's not about hockey at this point. It hasn't been about hockey for a long time, but, like, every day more and more, it's not about hockey. Because these shitty things are happening, and these teams are doing shitty things.
Like, I don't know what's even frustrating me more at this point. Like, obviously the team and trying to cover it up and all that, but there's nothing I can do about that.
No,
right?
no.
But then you have these shitty people just willing to write it off like it's fine.
It's not fine. It was never
and like
fine.
It's not a big deal.
Oh, it's a big deal. It ruins people's lives. Like, literally.
Yeah. Like,
some people don't come back from that shit.
Right. And like, even if the Blackhawks aren't found guilty of whatever they're being accused of, because they do have a lot of sound points legally, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's still a big deal because it happened and they knew about it and they didn't do shit.
Nothing.
They didn't support the guy or the guys, however many there were.
Many.
They didn't do anything. Except firing Bradley Aldrich in the summer.
After, like...
2 rounds after they knew about it. They went through the Western Conference Final and the Stanley Cup Final. Let him get his name on the Stanley Cup.
On the fucking cup.
Let him celebrate with the team and then fired him. Oh no. It's like signing fucking Tony DeAngelo to a $1 million contract saying, we're going to rehab him. He's going to learn from his mistakes because we're signing him to a $1 million contract. But it's only 1 year. So he has to prove himself. It's only 1 year.
I just want to scream.
And like we've said every time we've talked about this team, I feel like I'm just talking in circles.
Yeah.
But I'm just so frustrated with how people are so willing to just write this off.
Right. That's the disgusting part. Is it's just like you have all these random people out there that are just like, no way this happened. Like, what? I know we said it, and I know I'm talking in circles, but what do you get out of that?
Right.
What benefit does that serve you? Why would you want to defend so many things, but like sexual abuse, fucking sexual assault? Like, if there was any chance that happened, it needed to be looked into. If it was a 2% chance, just off the wall, somebody said it, like, it's still worth being looked into. And I don't think we've ever, like, we've always said, like, in the court, in the case, in the whatever, legally, yes, like, we have never really. I don't think we're out here going, Bradley Aldrich absolutely did it 100%. Oh, this blah, blah, blah. Like,
right.
Of course there's a chance he didn't do it. There's, of course, a chance that a million things did or did not happen.
But we know that he did do something in Michigan. He's a registered sex offender.
There you go. Like,
so we know he's at least that.
Okay, so still, at this point, you're defending someone who is on the sexual offenders list.
In Michigan, in the state of Michigan.
Like, he's been prosecuted for this. A separate situation. So, again, what are you getting out of this? Why would you want to defend a sexual offender? Defend. Why would you want, I mean, offend him all you want. But why would you want to defend a sexual offender?
I don't know.
I
think a lot of people on this planet lack empathy.
Oh, 100%.
I think a lot of people on this planet are selfish. And it didn't happen to them, so it doesn't matter. I think that some people honestly just can't wrap their minds around it, and this is how they respond to it. I think there's a lot of different factors that go into it.
Of course.
But what it comes down to is you are still defending a sexual predator. Just don't say anything at all.
That's just it. Just leave it alone.
So, we are still in Callout Corner.
Oh, God.
But.
But.
Callout Corner doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Okay.
Calling people
Let's
out.
Call out some great shit then.
We are calling out the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, we are. Why?
Calling you out. This is a statement from True North Sports and Entertainment.
What is
regarding venue vaccination policy.
Okay.
It is the group that owns the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
Much like MLSE with the Maple Leafs.
Okay.
True North Sports and Entertainment would like to confirm that our entertainment venues will be selling to full capacity, and that we will require all employees, event staff, and guests to provide proof of full vaccination.
Yo.
The majority of our season seat holders have shared with us, listening to your fans,
Imagine
because
that.
you have a voice with your team.
Imagine that.
Anyway, this is about the Winnipeg Jets. The majority of our season seat holders have shared with us that having proof of COVID-19 vaccination policy for Canada Life Centre and Burton Cummings Theatre is important to them. And all I have to say about that is really just what Sarah Sivian tweeted out when she quote tweeted that and said, "See how easy it is to do just that?"
There it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. See how easy it is to just do that.
Just do that.
Mixed up two words.
Just do it. Okay. I think that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I trust just those cards, because they are going to be falsified and faked and
100%. But I think that will happen. You have much less of a chance of unvaccinated people being there if you require some sort of proof than if you don't.
If there's action needing to be taken.
Yeah. And if some people have just been lazy about it, it takes 15 minutes, it's free.
Literally.
Anyway, if some people have just been lazy about it, maybe they're like, oh, I want to go to a Jets game, I'm going to go get the shot.
Yeah.
So yes, there will always be shitty people in this world.
See, and I was thinking, like, why don't they have, like, a barcode on it? But then you just get into this sketchy territory.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
No, I like what some states are doing here in the U.S. where you have an app.
There's an app.
Yeah. And since, like, your state's health department knows your vaccination status, it's just in there. Like, you sign in and your info is right there.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Yeah, I really wish Illinois would do that. I think we have something.
But Pritzker is so proud of us. I keep watching YouTube videos, and he's like,
Pritzker?
Together we can get through this pandemic, and it's all about us.
Is it an ad, or are you just watching videos about Pritzker?
It's an ad, ma'am.
I was real confused.
No, it's an ad.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, Pritzker.
He has not been the worst when it comes to COVID-19.
Oh, of course not. There's much worse out there.
Yeah. He is bad when it comes to a lot of things, and I'm not going to say that he's not. But when it comes to COVID, he has not been the worst in the States.
No, no.
But I do think that we have something along the lines of the app thing. I saw Winnebago County Health Department put something on their Facebook page, and then I went to try to log in, and you had to give all sorts of info. I was like, I'm too tired for this shit. It was like your main details. Like,
yeah.
It was so long. I was like, oh no.
No, this isn't happening tonight.
Yeah. So we might have something. I just don't know exactly what it is.
Okay.
But the Jets
are
requiring everybody to be vaccinated.
Good on them. That's awesome.
I agree. I'm assuming there will be some
backlash.
Well, yes. But something if you, like, medically cannot get the vaccine.
Right, like an exemption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure they'll be like, well, prove that and then get a negative test or something along those lines.
Well, I mean, yeah, like...
Oh, they have an FAQ.
Even
if it's in there.
Even if they let unvaccinated people just get a test before they go in, like, would that not be good? Would that not be okay to...
I mean, it depends,
require a negative...
Because those are also very easy to fake.
And
I feel like those might be easier.
What if they had, like, a tent set out?
Like rapid testing?
Like rapid testing.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. This is Winnipeg, so it's going to be very cold at times.
Okay. Because I got my rapid test in, like, literally 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
When I went and got mine, when I had, like, a little cold and I was afraid. But, yeah, it was as close to instant as you can pretty much get. I sat in my car for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I go to Walgreens every week. Like, I get tested weekly, and it's not the rapid test, but it's a rapid diagnostic lab test.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the difference is.
Yeah.
It's just not the, like, 15 minutes and you got your results.
Right.
But I usually get mine within an hour or two.
Yeah.
So I go in the morning, and then I know
Right.
pretty much by the time I get home from getting the test.
Yeah, I got the, like, immediate results. That was negative. And then it took, like, another day, and they emailed me, like, all of the lab stuff, and it was still
nifty.
negative. So, yeah.
Because I know some places that do the rapid, like, just do the rapid thing.
Oh, no. Mine was... Wow, I am shaking. I was like, this is my Red Bull. Let's drink.
As it spills everywhere.
Oh, I tried to donate blood on Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I haven't done it in, like, 4 years, maybe, if not more than that, because I was always worried that I'm on too many medications or something along those lines. And so I just thought, fuck it. And I went on Monday to get my nails done. And then, like, just down the building, there was the RRVBC, which is Rock River Valley Blood Center.
Blood Center, yeah.
And so I walked in there, and they're like, wow, what the fuck was that? They were like, do you have an appointment? And I was like, nah. They're like, all right, here you go. Give me your name, your date of birth. I'm like, okay. So did that, got my little pamphlet, went and sat down, and then they brought me to, like, one of the little cubicles, and they did, what did they do first? I don't remember. But then I had to get my blood test. No, not blood test. My blood pressure. So they put the thing on my arm, and my blood pressure was fine, but my heart rate was 116. And it has to be under 100 for you to be able to donate. So
let me sit here for a minute.
Oh, that's what they did. They said, if you want to wait 10 minutes, we can try again. And I'm like, okay. So, like, I went to the little cantina, and I ate a Nutter Butter, and I had some apple juice. And it felt like she was only gone for, like, 5 minutes, and she's like, all right, let's test it again. So, like, I get up and walk over to the
Why don't they come
again.
to you?
I'm saying, like...
You're going to make me walk all the way over there.
So I walk back, and they do it again. And I got down to 115.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. They're like, so you're ineligible for today, but you can try again tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So even if I wanted to, I could never give blood then, because needles freak me out. So
you don't have to look.
Yeah, but I would be thinking about it, so then my heart rate would be
higher. Got you. Yeah, I used to donate, like, religiously. Like, every time I was eligible again.
I just think of empty veins.
Yeah.
And whenever I say that to somebody, like, that's not how that works. I'm like, I know this. But
it's where my brain goes.
But it's where my brain goes, and I just think about my veins sticking to each other because they're empty and don't have
dry.
blood flowing through them. Yeah, it's like saran wrap that sticks to itself. That is what I imagine my veins doing when they take the blood out of me. I need that.
I need
that so my veins don't stick together like saran wrap.
Try explaining that to somebody.
This is why I'm in therapy.
Oh, speaking of therapy, my therapist's on vacation this week, so I didn't even get to talk to her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then it's pushed back a couple days next week because she accidentally scheduled somebody for my time slot.
Whoops. I was supposed to have therapy on Friday. Like, last Friday.
Right.
And then she had to reschedule because one of her clients needed her longer. Totally fine.
Totally fine.
So we rescheduled for Monday. And it was like 4 in the afternoon, I want to say, which is very weird because I usually do therapy in the morning.
Oh, I don't.
No?
No, mine's Tuesdays at 2. Oh,
I like to get it over with in the morning. But so it gets to like 3:30-ish and tornado warning.
Oh, right. That happened.
She's texting me like, really? Why does this keep happening to us? But we started our session like 15 minutes late because her other client was in the office. Like, I do mine virtually.
Yeah.
And so since there was a tornado warning, she was going to wait it out to leave. I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I was like, well, I'll be in the video chat whenever you're ready. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that got really bad in some areas.
It wasn't bad here at all, even though they said, like, this is the general area where the tornado warning was.
I don't know. I was in Loves Park, and it was bad. Like, there were big-ass branches falling out of trees and landing on power lines.
Well, that was
shit like
that.
Not yesterday.
2 days ago?
Must have been 2 days ago, yeah.
Might have been yesterday.
It was not yesterday.
Are you sure?
Yes, because I was with Jack on Tuesday.
2 days ago. Yep.
Yeah, not yesterday.
No, it's stormed-ish yesterday morning.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time separating all of these storm
There's been
days.
a lot lately, and I don't particularly mind it. Like, we need the rain, and I love the sound of rain, and I love storms.
It's just, can we have a storm without a tornado warning?
That'd be nice.
Because it doesn't seem like we can anymore.
No, it just comes with it. And, like, I was just sitting at my computer, and my brother was sitting at his computer, and suddenly our phones just start going off with, like, warning, tornado alert.
Yeah, it's always my watch that goes off first. I'm like, what is going on? My wrist is, like, vibrating off of my body. Like, tornado warning. And I'm sitting by my window, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was standing on the front porch. We're such Midwesterners. Oh, my God.
I turned the TV on because I always watch, like, the local news weather guys. Because they'll tell me if there's a tornado. So they're like, oh, it's not really rotating yet, so, like, you're fine. But if it does start rotating, they'll know, and they'll tell me, and then I'll do something about it. So I turned that on, but the emergency service alert or whatever was on the blue screen, which... One of my biggest fears, by the way, is those fucking blue screens. Especially at 2 a.m. when they test them.
Oh, that's the worst!
Every time I hear it or like see it happening, because usually at that point I have Netflix on, so it'll pause and like exit out of it. I know what's coming. And then my hands immediately go to my ears.
Oh,
and I, like,
it's such a
hide
bad sound.
my face in my pillow because
it's bad.
Like, let's see. Probably a little over a decade ago.
Okay.
Because I was in high school. And is there a cat
in here? What the hell was that?
I thought I saw one too.
How do we both see an imaginary
ghost cat? Anyway. All right.
Anyway.
This is why we're in therapy.
What happened just over a decade ago?
Oh, yeah. So I was in high school, and I'm 28 now, and I graduated at 18. I don't think it was senior. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. What happened when?
I read a creepypasta.
Oh, no.
About the emergency service alert thing that said something about, like, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I hated it before that, and then I read that, and that's all I think of every time. I only read that fucking creepypasta one time over a decade ago, and that's all I think about when that fucking thing pops up on the screen. And that's why I hide my face and cover my ears.
I've got a couple of no sleep stories.
I can't read
that
them.
Are just
they freak me out worse than like real things that happen.
Horror podcast.
Oh, yeah.
The one that
I do remember listening to it with you on our way to Colorado.
It was the podcast that got me into podcasts.
Really?
Yeah. No Sleep and Guys We Fucked.
I'm pretty sure the Steve Dangle podcast was my first podcast I listened to.
Huh. I know you introduced me to the Steve Dangle podcast. Like way back.
Probably 2015, 16.
Yeah,
that season, because that's when you got into hockey.
Yeah.
So that's probably when I was like, Leaf Screamy guy.
I love it.
But now Apple Podcasts tells you like when you started following a podcast.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because they changed the whole thing and they made everything way more complicated. But it tells you when you first started following a podcast.
Hold on, I need to look at this.
I will tell you where it is. I think it's if you just go to shows.
Okay.
Because it's not the downloads. It's just the full list of your shows. So if you go to shows, it tells you when you started following them.
What?
So I started following.
Mine just says updated. Oh, date followed. Okay.
Oh. I followed From Center Ice in July of 2019. So when it became a thing, The Steve Dangle podcast I followed in June of 2016.
Okay. Apparently the one that I've been listening to, or not anymore, but She Didn't Text Back was my first, along with Lore, and then a couple months later, Sword and Scale, but I heard that they're pieces of shit now. I never really listened to it, but it's a true crime one.
Why does She Didn't Text Back sound so familiar?
It's William Haynes and
That's
Darren,
right.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I've listened to this.
You have. It was great.
I could not place where it came from. I was like, what? That sounds so familiar. It is dredging something up in my brain, but I can't
And then
recall.
Guys We Fucked was May of 2016, and then My Favorite Murder was December 2016.
Let's see. So SDP was June 2016. So was the Hockey PDO cast. I feel like I followed the SDP before then, though.
I followed them in December 2016.
Maybe this... No, it's probably right. But I don't know. Maybe I listened to it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it was before then, though. No, it definitely was, because I graduated college in 2015, and I know that I was listening to the SDP my senior year.
Huh.
Now I'm confused.
Is that your neighborhood dog?
It is. I don't know when they got this dog, but now it is super loud. Yeah, I think those are the first ones on here.
Yeah, I remember downloading a bunch of She Didn't Text Back and listening to them on the airplane on my way to California.
That's when I got this phone.
Oh.
Was in June of 2016.
Really?
That's why.
Damn
it! Now I don't know when I actually started following them.
Wait. When you got an iPhone?
No, just this phone.
Why wouldn't, like, your iCloud stuff have...
No, that's wrong. That's when I got an iPhone.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I said, right?
Yep, you were right. I was wrong. Yes, that is when I got an iPhone.
That makes sense. I'm so glad you have an iPhone.
Me too.
My mom has an iPhone. It's wonderful.
Now I don't know when I started listening to the SDP, though.
Uh-oh.
It was before June of 2016, and it was definitely in 2015.
Yeah. Huh.
Damn. I was on to something, and then it went away because it got spoiled. Doesn't really matter. It really doesn't.
What are we even talking about
I don't know. Anyway, we are out of Callout Corner now.
Hell yeah, we
have
escaped.
Escaped Callout Corner.
Oh,
I think we escaped a few minutes ago with whatever that was.
I just decided to talk about my blood, I guess.
I feel like I was saying something, and then we went there.
And then I talked about blood, I'm sorry.
But I don't recall what. And I will know once I listen to this back. How did we get there?
To my blood?
Yeah.
Was it?
The last thing we talked about was the Winnipeg Jets and vaccines.
Oh, we were talking about
getting tested.
Shots, and you were talking about your veins. Wait, that was before. That was after I said. Anyway, I was talking about a tent outside of the arena where they would just do the rapid testing. The and then you said the rapid testing because yours took like 2 minutes. I think that's just where I made the connection.
I said I went to Walgreens.
Yeah, we were talking about tests.
I feel like there was something else. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Not at all.
Good Lord.
All right, we made it out of Callout Corner. What are we on?
We are still with our team. We are just not in Callout Corner.
Okay. So
any longer.
It's a positive thing?
No.
Oh. Also no.
We are not calling anybody out.
Okay.
But it's also not a positive thing.
Oh, what happened?
2 days ago, we lost Tony Esposito.
Oh, yeah. I did catch that.
Hall of Fame goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks. He started with the Montreal Canadiens. He played 1 season for Montreal. And he played for the Vancouver Canucks before they were in the NHL.
Wait.
When they were in the WHL. And then he moved to the Chicago Blackhawks in the 1969-70 season.
Nice.
And played till 1983-84. So he had 16 NHL seasons.
Okay.
He played 886 games.
Ooh, that's a lot.
He had a 2.93 goals against average and a 906 save percentage.
Damn.
And back then,
Damn. Good God.
Hot Damn.
Absolutely.
76 shutouts.
76?
76 shutouts.
Woo!
His record was 423, 306, and 152.
Goddamn.
Yes.
Dude was a beast.
The playoffs.
Like, I knew he was good because, like, everybody worships him or whatever, but I never actually looked at his stats.
Me either. He had 14 playoff appearances,
Okay.
99 games, a goals against average of 3.09, a 903 save percentage, 6 shutouts, a record of 45, 53, and 0.
Okay.
Let's see. In the 1969-70 season, so when he started with the Hawks, he won the Vezina Trophy.
Damn.
He was an NHL first-team All-Star. He had the most shutouts with 15, most NHL wins with 38, and he was the Rookie of the Year, winning the Calder Trophy.
Damn.
In the 1970-71 season, he had the most wins in the NHL with 35. In the 1971-72 season, he won the Vezina Trophy. He was a first-team All-Star, had the most shutouts with 9. In the 1972-73 season, he was an NHL second-team All-Star. In the 1973-74 season, he won the Vezina Trophy.
Jesus.
And was a second-team All-Star.
Worship him.
In the 1979-1980 season, he was a first-team All-Star and had the most shutouts with 6. And then he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1988-89.
Wow.
His number is retired in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
He was
What
an
was his
ambassador
number?
for the team, 35.
35.
Yep. And he died on August 10th of 2021 from pancreatic cancer.
Fuck cancer, dude.
Yep. One of the most beloved Blackhawks ever.
Yeah.
Nobody ever had a bad thing to say about the guy. Every time I met him, he was very nice.
Uh-huh.
I have a hat that is signed by Esposito and Crawford.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite
A
things.
prized possession, yeah.
Absolutely. And it's just really sad that we lost him. We lost Stan Mikita a few years ago.
Yeah.
And now Tony Esposito.
When's Bobby Hull gonna go?
Fuck, dude. I don't know how he hasn't yet, honestly. That dude has not been healthy in years.
I shouldn't be laughing.
He is a shitty fucking person.
Well, yeah.
And he's an ambassador for the Blackhawks. Because
Fitting.
they never learn.
Fitting.
They never fucking learned. Yeah.
Sorry, that was inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that.
Rest in peace, Tony. That's a
Yes.
huge loss for Chicago sports, but most importantly, a huge loss for his family. So
Absolutely.
I hope that they are getting the support that they deserve, especially from this fucking team. I hope they do something right for once and support him. And I'm sure once people are back at the United Center, there will be a big ceremony for him.
Yes. Just like Kane's 1,000th goal?
1,000th?
Yeah.
1,000th game, 400th
Game.
goal.
Right.
Yeah, because
they
there
weren't-
weren't any fans there when he
Yeah.
reached those this year. So I'm sure they'll do something.
Yeah, they said they were going to wait to celebrate at
did they?
home because he did it at an away game.
Yes, and they did have a ceremony for him, though, when they came back home.
Yeah, but...
With
they
nobody
didn't-
there.
Yeah, it didn't really make a big impact.
Hopefully they don't do it all on the same night.
No, that would be way too much. We went to opening game,
I would put it past him.
opening night,
Was it a few
like
years ago?
2 or 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It had to have been 2. Maybe 3. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But the whole process before you actually get to the hockey on opening night.
The red carpet and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. It's fucking cool.
Mhm.
We ended up in a couple pictures and
Yeah, we
it
did.
was awesome. But it's like half a day thing. Like,
Oh, yeah. You have to
like
get there early.
it's a full...
if it's something that you care about seeing.
Right. And it was so cool. It
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. It was very cool. But it was very time consuming.
I don't know what they'll do this year, especially with, like, COVID and shit, because they
Yeah.
packed people into that fucking atrium.
Oh, we couldn't move.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Guess we'll find out.
We sure will. We sure will. They used to hold them outside.
But now they have the atrium.
Now they have the atrium. Because they used to just close down Madison Street and do it
Right.
out there. which would be the smart thing to do again.
Yeah, well.
But this is the Chicago Blackhawks we're talking about, and they don't do very
I just call them the Chicago. Caca means shit.
Sure does.
Chicago.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's something wrong with me today. It all started when I sleep texted you.
Yeah. That was a good precursor for the rest of the day.
Disregard.
So we can move on to non-sad things and
Please,
bad things if you want.
I want to talk about something happy.
Well, the IceHogs signed 2 players this week.
I heard about the one today.
Riley McKay.
Yes.
He played with the IceHogs last season and the Indy Fuel.
Okay.
He played 12 games. He had 1 assist. 25 penalty minutes.
Woo. Okay.
Mr. Fists.
Tough boy.
Mr. Fists.
Tough boy.
Yep. And he also played for the Indy Fuel, playing 5 games, 0 points, but 9 penalty minutes.
Huh.
Yep. So he's not a point producer, but...
Big body.
He didn't look bad.
How big is he?
6
big
feet.
boy?
Not really.
What does he weigh?
203 pounds.
Yeah, he's not that big. Mm-mm. But if he can lay it
He's
down.
feisty.
He's
a feisty guy.
I miss Chris D'Souza.
Yeah. That's a name that a lot of people probably haven't thought about in a few years.
We called him feisty because he was always scrappy.
He was rather feisty. Yeah, Riley McKay is 22.
Okay.
And I'm sure he will get in some fights next year. Him and Garrett Mitchell. I don't know what got into our captain at the end of the season.
Dude, he was throwing punches at everybody.
He was just fighting everybody. I don't know why.
It really wasn't called for.
He's got real mad all of a sudden and started fighting everybody.
Okay. He lost it. He
He did. I mean, it wasn't a good season.
It was a very bad season.
But he just went for it.
He went in full fucking mode.
He did.
He's a full send, bro.
He just started fighting everybody. They also signed
Who'd they sign yesterday?
former Rockford IceHogs.
Oh, of course it is.
Ryan Stanton, which was a name that I hadn't thought about in a long time.
When did he play for them?
He played for the Rockford IceHogs from... Well, he first made his debut with the IceHogs in the 2009-2010 season at the end of the year after his junior season concluded. He only played 2 games.
Wait, so is this another vet?
Yes.
Okay.
So he played from the 2010-11 season through the 2012-13 season and then went to Vancouver. And then Washington. He is 32 years old, 6'2". He's a defenseman. So he's basically just the veteran guy on the blue line like Cody Franson was.
Hey, we said it at the same time!
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely sounds like Cody Franson.
Except he doesn't put up as many points as Cody did with us. Like, he still does.
Did Cody get signed?
Hershey Bears.
Right, we talked about that, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I hope he gets lots of teddy bears on Teddy Bear Night.
Me too. I saw the signing and I went, why?
As we do with every re-signing of an ex-IceHog or Blackhawks player.
Why?
They just love to bring them back.
Why?
I don't know why.
Last year, he was with the Bakersfield Condors.
Okay.
He played 35 games. I feel like that was all of the games in the AHL last year.
AHL season was real short.
He had 1 goal, 12 assists for 13 points.
Okay. Sure.
I guess they just felt like they needed a veteran presence on the blue line since
that
Cody
is pretty
left.
necessary.
Yeah. Why not re-sign Cody? Like,
wish.
You had
wish. I liked him. He was good. He played a good role.
But nope, we just go through and recycle players over and over and over again. So now, when are they going to sign Peary?
I'm waiting for it. It won't be this season.
No, they have to let him go somewhere else first so then they can bring him back.
Yes.
Or
again.
trade for him at the deadline.
Yeah. Again.
Again. He will sign with St. Louis. So it would be a package deal for Brandon Peary and Brandon Saad coming back to Chicago.
I thought we sent Bagel to St. Louis.
Well, we can send somebody else now because we're not sending Bagel.
No, we would never send Bagel.
We'll send somebody to St. Louis to reacquire Brandon Peary and Brandon Saad. The Brandons.
All the Brandons.
Brandon squared from St. Louis. You know what else the Blackhawks did?
Is it a good or a bad?
It is a good.
Okay, let's go.
They re-signed Brandon Hagel.
Did we already talk about that?
No.
Really?
Really?
We haven't talked about that? I feel like we gushed about it on the last one.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well,
Because
hell yeah, Bagel.
It happened the day that I was going to edit the last podcast. It happened like the morning after we recorded.
Because of course.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 3 years.
3 years. For
1.5?
Yes. I believe you are correct. Yes. 3 years. $1.5 million.
That's a good fucking deal.
Yeah.
All around.
I'm so glad we don't have to wait for it to happen anymore.
Yes. Yes, I'm very happy about that.
I was just fearing that they were going to do like 1 year.
Yeah.
Or they were just going to trade him away somewhere.
It's just what they do. It's what they do. But they signed him for 3 years, 1.5 each. That's a good deal. I am so happy. I am so happy about this.
Me as well. And then he posted a gift card for people to
did.
go buy bagels at Dunkin'.
Dunkin', yeah. Yeah. Well, the Blackhawks did the eyeball thing. And then the bagel thing.
No.
He did the bagel thing, right?
No. The Blackhawks did the bagel emoji, to which
he did the...
Yeah, he quote tweeted them with the eyeballs. And that's what I woke up to.
Those eyeballs.
It hadn't actually been announced yet. All I saw was the bagel and the eyeballs.
The bagel and the eyeballs. God damn
and
it.
you can guess what it is, but still, the fucking eyeballs. I am so...
They haunt us in our dreams.
Fucking eyeball emojis, I swear. Chicago sports need to get their emojis taken away because now they're all doing it. The Chicago Blackhawks, the Chicago Wolves, the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
They're all doing it.
The Cubs probably did some shit too.
Probably did.
Well, the Cubs tore everything down and sent away everybody that was the core.
Yeah, they did do that.
I mean, I get it. They won in 2016? 2016, I think. Yeah, because my grandma died in 2017.
So they're rebuilding.
Exactly. This is an actual rebuild, not a Chicago Blackhawks rebuild. But yeah, they sent away everybody that everybody liked, and I don't know anything about baseball, so I can't really comment past that.
Yeah, it was just weird seeing Rizzo and Bryant trade.
Yeah. Anyway.
The more I think about the moves that the Blackhawks have made in the offseason, the angrier that I get. Because I rewatched all of the highlights from all of their games this year.
Okay.
And it just made me very angry about what they've done this offseason.
Tell me why.
Where would you like me to start?
The beginning.
Pick a position. Forward, defense, goalie, pick one. Forward. All right. So the guys who left, David Kampf, Pius Suter, Vinny Hinostroza.
Oh, I forgot he left.
Were there any other forwards that left? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Everything
think so. Just blends together for me anymore.
But anyway, those three. Kampf was your face-off guy.
Uh-huh.
And
Taves better actually be back then.
Fuck, man, I don't know. Who knows?
Nobody.
And it's not going to kill you to lose Kampf.
No.
But those other two.
Yeah.
So, Pius Suter, Vinny Hinostroza. I wasn't happy when they got Vinny back because I'm like, another one. Yeah. We're just getting him back. But he proved me wrong.
Yeah, he was good.
He did very well in his return to Chicago. And he signed for $1 million in Buffalo in free agency. Why couldn't we have
afforded that?
Well, let me tell you why we couldn't afford that. Because we got Seth Jones. That's why we couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford him. We couldn't afford Suter because we got Seth Jones. Anyway, rewatching all of these highlight videos. Those two factored in on so many plays that were good.
Suter?
Yep. Yep. Vinny had very good chemistry with Bagel.
Mm-hmm.
And Suter was always doing something nifty.
Yeah.
And so that's what has made me very angry at the forward position is they just let them go.
Yeah.
For nothing. For nothing.
They just left.
Literally nothing.
Literally.
You could have gotten something for
Not
Suter's signing rights. You could have gotten something.
Absolutely.
But no. They didn't.
They
got a fucking 3rd round pick for Nikita Zadorov signing rights. They didn't get shit for Suter because they didn't qualify him. So they did that. And they still have Alex Nylander, who remains unsigned. He's just an RFA, just floating around out there. I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, so they did that. Meanwhile, we still have Brett Connolly at forward.
Right.
They could have really just bought him out.
Yes.
Which would have allowed them to afford either of those guys while also having Seth Jones that they were so determined to get.
Yeah. 9.5.
They could have just not gone off and got Tyler Johnson and just kept Seabrook's LTIR money.
Such a random move.
And we could have kept Pius Suter or Vinny or both. But no. They have to make big moves because they're being like, hey, we're doing something.
Yeah. Pay attention to us for a good reason. Look.
Because winning distracts from a lot.
Of course.
So that's the forwards. On defense.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's back to Callout Corner, but
okay.
No, it's there's really people out there that are like, but they got the wins, but they're winning. But
they ain't win shit for a few years.
Oh no, I'm not saying the Blackhawks particularly. Just all of the off-ice bullshit. They really excuse anything
as long as
their teams get wins.
And the teams know that. That's why they keep doing this. That's why Carolina signed Tony DeAngelo, because he's gonna get points for them.
Yep. Okay.
It's not so they can rehab his character. It's because he's gonna get points. At least don't lie about it.
#points.
Just don't lie about it.
No.
You sound dumb, because everybody knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
You sound dumb.
Okay, now be angry about defensemen.
Be angry about defensemen, you say.
Do it! Fucking go!
So we lost Duncan Keith.
Yeah, we did.
We lost Adam Boquist.
Yeah, we did.
Who's going to fucking score from the back end, aside from Wyatt Kelnick? We have Seth Jones. We still have Calvin DeHaan. We signed Drake McCabe, which is good because they needed to get better defensively.
Yes.
I don't know that Seth Jones does that or still fucking having Calvin DeHaan does that because so many fucking goals. The first game of this season, there was a goal that went off of Calvin DeHaan into our own net. The first game. The first fucking game of the season.
Oh my God.
And it just kept going after that. I don't know how many there were. I should have done a counter. But there were so fucking many that went either off of his stick, off of his fucking foot, came directly off of a pass that he missed, and ended up behind his own fucking goaltender. And we still have him.
You were so happy when he signed with us.
I was very happy. But he has fallen apart, and it is not his fault. But that doesn't mean that they need to keep fucking playing him. Yeah. And everybody has him slotted in on the first line pair with Seth Jones. God. Seth Jones and Calvin DeHaan.
What the fuck kind of mess are you guys trying to create?
You should just get Nikita Zadorov. What the fuck?
Breathe.
I can't. I can't. A defensive pairing of Seth Jones and Calvin DeHaan is going to give me high blood pressure.
As if you don't already have it because of this team.
I have perfect blood pressure. You saw
Not
it.
right now.
Probably not, because I'm thinking about Calvin DeHaan and Seth Jones as a defensive pairing. And why does everybody keep putting them together on the first line? Did you not watch this team last year?
No.
Obviously, Seth Jones is going to be on the first line. Yes. They're not going to pay him that much.
He better be. For 9.5.
Yeah. He fucking better be. Although, watching those highlights again, they played Columbus a lot. And there were quite a few goals where Mr. Number 3 was on the ice. Imagine that! Anyway, we still have Connor Murphy.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can keep his fucking helmet on.
That happened like 3 games in a row.
Why? Why a lot of things? Going back to people pissing me off, why aren't they putting him with Seth Jones on the first line? Because he is the best defenseman on this team.
Yeah.
And you're kind of fucked if Connor Murphy is your best defenseman on the team, and Jake McCabe may end up being that. But we don't know yet, because he hasn't played a game for the Blackhawks, and he's coming off of knee surgery.
All right.
Calvin DeHaan, people keep fucking doing it. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me fucking nuts.
Nobody understands.
Anyway, so they still have Connor Murphy.
Where I'm sitting, all I see is like from here up on your face over there. So it's like peeking at me on the reflection.
Oh, the reflection. That's creepy.
You're just like, just from here.
Just from my nose up.
Sorry, continue.
We also have Riley Stillman.
Right.
Who many more people are writing off, which is fine. Except for the fact that they keep putting Calvin DeHaan on the first pairing.
He doesn't belong
You
there.
cannot... Riley Stillman is a better player than Calvin DeHaan at this point.
At this point, yes.
In their respective careers. Calvin DeHaan is half of a human right now.
He's broken.
And that's fine. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
He has played many years in the NHL. He is 30 years old. Not a first-line defenseman.
No.
And Riley Stillman isn't a shitty defenseman.
No.
I don't...
He's not a big name, though, so he's probably not good.
You've got a point there. You've got a point.
I'm just saying.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why people say the things that they do.
Oh, me either. Never. Ever. Ever, ever.
It's like they find a trendy thing and jump on the train. Like,
Yeah.
Riley Stillman sucks, but he
According
doesn't.
to who?
The Twitter. Like, yeah, he's not a first-line defenseman.
Sure.
We didn't sign him to be a number 1 defenseman. He's making $1.3 million. That's a long way from a number 1 defenseman. But he's fine as a depth defenseman, and
Sure.
that's what he is.
Absolutely.
But people keep saying he sucks, while then saying Calvin DeHaan is going to play top-line minutes.
People don't know what they're talking about. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Wyatt Kalynuk, who might be the best one of all of them.
Quite possibly.
They signed as a free agent before last season, and he came in and he was like, you know what? I'm going to be great.
Oh, fuck shit up.
Yeah. And
In
then
a
we
good
have
way.
Caleb Jones on defense.
I hate that I'm so salty about him just because of his brother.
Right?
Like, Caleb Jones didn't do nothing to
No.
me.
And I'm more excited to see him play.
Sure.
And I just so badly want him to be the better player because it would be hilarious. If he
How
is
much is he
better.
signed for?
$850,000 for 1 year.
His brother better be sharing some of his money.
They better live together in a fucking penthouse in
my
Chicago.
God. Yeah, by Canes, because he left that one, didn't he?
I think so.
I heard he was selling.
So that's our defense.
Goalies.
Goalies. See, this one is complicated.
Yes, it is. Quite.
So the assumed goaltending tandem for the Chicago Blackhawks is Marc-Andre Fleury and Kevin Longden.
Yes.
What they do with the other two, I don't fucking know. Malcolm Subban and Kevin. I was going to say Kevin Delia. Colin Delia.
This guy right here.
Yeah, the one.
You can see his mouth.
Yes, you can. If you're watching the video, he is on the wall behind us. Yeah, whatever they're going to do with those two, I I don't know.
I don't know either.
They have to do something, and soon.
They can't carry 4. You can carry 3, right?
Yes, but now I'm just having horror visions of them having 4 goaltenders.
They can't do that, though, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But anyway. So along with watching all of the highlights from this past season, I have also been watching past Blackhawks games.
Right.
Because I miss my goaltender in Corey Crawford, and I wanted to watch him play. So I've been watching old Hawks games on YouTube. And it occurred to me while watching both of these things that when Corey came into the lineup in the 2010-2011 season, his goaltending partner was Marty Turco, a very good veteran goaltender, here to show him the ropes, all that. I believe that Turco was like the designated starter, and then Corey took over because he was better. Mm-hmm. So with the way that Kevin was playing last season, he was very good. And he was the assumed starter for the Blackhawks.
Yes.
Now they bring in Marc-Andre Fleury.
Which still blows my mind.
Me too, and I'm still very excited to see him play.
Oh, absolutely.
For the Blackhawks, so don't take any of what I'm about to say as me not being excited to see Marc-Andre Fleury play for the Blackhawks or not supporting Fleury because everybody loves the guy, and you can't deny that.
No. We support Flower around here.
Absolutely. But he's not a... It's not going to be a goaltending tandem that's like 1A and 1B.
Right.
Which is, I feel, what Kevin kind of deserved after last season.
Yeah.
I had said before going into the offseason, they needed to find a veteran guy to play with him who could handle some of the workload, show him the ropes, all that.
Right.
But now they have Fleury. And Fleury is...
clearly the starter, right?
Yes. And still at the top of his game if he continues off of last season, winning the fucking Vezina.
Vezina, yeah.
So it's a starter and a backup instead of a 1A, 1B situation. Yeah. So Kevin goes from being the starter to being the backup. And he's only 26, so it's not like it's going to throw his whole career off or anything like that.
How old is Colin?
I believe he's also 26.
Okay.
I feel like all of those three were, but one of them may have had a birthday. Colin's 27.
Okay.
And so is Malcolm.
It's still weird to
me. They were 26.
They're all younger.
I know, right?
Well, not Fleury, but...
yeah. So, I don't know. It was just weird to me that they had this situation that worked out when they brought Crawford into the lineup full time. Uh-huh. In 2010-11, and then they had the tandem goalie, and then Corey took over, proved he was the starter, and then they just ran with it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Kevin is as good as Crawford, obviously not saying that, or that their skill is in any way comparable, but with what Kevin showed last year, he could handle a lot of games and play at a very high level.
Of course.
I just find it strange that they would then relegate him to... like a full-time backup because Fleury's not going to be a backup goaltender. He's going to... I would have to assume the Blackhawks promised him he is the starting goaltender. Yeah.
How much did he sign for?
Well, he's in the last year of his contract, $7 million.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's just... it's strange to me that they did... I mean, it's still weird to me that they would even go out and get Fleury to begin with.
Yeah.
But again, winning...
never would have saw that coming.
...is very distracting. And people love Flower, and so people are happy. But when it comes to, like, team and long-term, it's weird. And yes, Fleury is a great goaltender for Kevin to learn from.
Absolutely.
But it's it's just... he's going to be 27 next offseason, and goalies take longer to develop, so that's not really old for a goalie. Uh-huh. But I don't know. I feel like he proved that he could be a starter and just needed a veteran backup who could maybe handle more than your typical designated backup if need be.
If need be, yeah.
But instead they got like an elite goaltender and shoved Kevin back down. Yeah. When they saw what worked 10 years ago.
Oh, the past decade.
So I just found that interesting. Yeah. And again, of course, Kevin, I mean, maybe he could end up being as good or better. We don't know.
Oh, of course. That would be amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that he's on the same level right now. But he played very well for a lot of games last year. It's just that the team was absolute dog shit.
There's not much you can do as a goalie if your teammate's scoring.
Exactly. Or if they are scoring on you.
On yourself, yes.
Calvin.
What is Calvin's middle name?
I don't know, but we need to figure it out so we can call him by his full name.
I'm on it.
So it's just weird to me, and it's weird to me that they added another goaltender without subtracting a goaltender.
Yeah.
Because we have so many in the mix.
Yeah, we do.
Because not only do we have the 3 that played last year, now we have Fleury, we have the Swedish goaltender Soderblom, and then we have Cale Morris and Rockford. Like, there's only so many goaltending spots.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong at all.
If they keep 2 goalies in Chicago, that puts 4 in Rockford. If they keep 3 goalies in Chicago, then there's 3 both places. And I can't handle a 3-goalie rotation for both teams.
Nope.
Because we know what a 3-goalie rotation means for the Blackhawks, because we saw it last year, and it wasn't an actual 3-goalie rotation. It was a fuck off, Colin, we're not going to play you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think they know what they're doing.
That is very true. They are in crisis mode. And they're making confusing moves because of it. So that was my thought regarding goaltending, was that I'm confused by the move. I'm still excited to see Flower play, but I feel like Kevin earned the chance to prove he's a starting goaltender.
I agree.
With how he played. We've said a lot of times people don't deserve things, but I feel like he earned that.
Yeah.
With his play last year. They just needed to find him a more solid backup. And that's not to say that the other 2 played poorly last year.
Right, exactly.
It's just not a sustainable tandem that they had going. But now we have... It's
not public knowledge.
No. Maybe he doesn't have a middle name.
That's true.
It's
always weird to me when people don't have a middle name.
Yeah. So that is my thoughts on the off-season moves so far.
So far. Oh, God.
I mean, they have to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
We have too many goalies, at least. They have to do something about that.
You can only hoard so many goalies. We said to hoard them, but we didn't mean all of them, even though that's what hoarding is.
Yeah. There's only so
They should have known better, okay?
Right. This isn't our fault. Actually running the team.
This isn't our fault.
I don't know what this team is going to look like next year. Like, we have kind of a view of what the roster is going to look like. But I mean, on the ice, I have no fucking clue.
No, and I'm excited for it, which I don't really want to say that.
Me too, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm excited for certain things.
Right.
But the season as a whole, I don't know. I probably will be once it gets closer.
Yeah. I mean, once I see hockey, I'm in. But, like, right now.
It was just kind of sad to me.
What was?
Watching these old games back. I was more invested in rewatching these old games than I felt at any point this season.
Yeah. They made it hard to care this season.
They did. And I also feel like I'm just disconnected because my goalie is not in net.
Also that.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
You can't rest on Crawford forever.
Yes, I can. I can rewatch all of these old games endlessly.
Over and over and over.
Endlessly. Yes. Especially because somebody on Reddit found the game for me that I was tirelessly looking for like the past month.
What game was that?
It's a random game.
Okay.
It's from 2012.
Okay.
It's March 12th, 2012, against the St. Louis Blues.
All right.
Yep.
What about it?
Well,
why have you been looking for it?
Because I love that game. But, I mean, it's kind of sad now, but Ray Emery started the game. Rip Razor.
Yeah.
But, see, this is why it's sad.
The one that drowned?
Yeah. Yeah. But he got pulled in the game. See, I don't like talking about this now because it sounds bad.
No, you gotta go full send.
Yeah. But he started the game. He got pulled. Corey came in. They went
I nod.
to
I'm on a
overtime.
fucking podcast. I can't just nod. Continue.
Just nodding. Yes. Yes, I understand. He came in. They went to overtime. Went to the shootout. Crawford hadn't got a win in like a few consecutive games. They win in the shootout, and then he just celebrates. He's so happy, and I cry every fucking time I watch it.
Oh, I love happy goalies.
Yeah. And I used
Except Jordan Bennington. Fuck that guy.
Fuck Jordan Bennington. I was laughing because I was listening to the Cannons and Tomahawks podcast.
Hell yeah, friends of the show.
Hell yeah. And they were talking about Bennington also being a little bitch. And I was like,
It's
that's right.
undeniable.
I had one of those moments where you like talk back to a podcast you're listening to. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember if it was Alex or Zach that said it, but I was like, yes. Fuck yeah.
Correct.
Fuck Bennington.
Fuck that guy.
But yeah, I used to watch that game over and over when it used to be NHL Game Center before it switched to NHL TV, and now it's just impossible to enjoy it. But then they also like wiped the archive of games.
Why would you ever do that?
I couldn't watch it anymore, but some people are uploading games to YouTube. And like Blackhawks is in the title of this video, but it's impossible to find if you search Blackhawks. The person on Reddit said once they switched to searching for the Blues, it came up. Like, what the fuck?
That's odd.
It makes no sense.
No.
So they linked it to me, and I immediately went to it and downloaded it because I'm not losing this fucking game again. I will have this forever. And it's the most random thing. It's a game in March in 2012, but it's one that just
stuck with you.
Yes. It warms my heart. That was such a weird season. The 11-12 season.
That was before my time.
It was. So I started watching before the playoffs in 2010.
So you have had a good fan experience up until I got into it, and then everything was ruined. What else is new?
Well, the whole fucking thing is ruined now.
Yeah.
Like, it was happy for a while.
Because I joined in.
No, now it's all fucking tainted.
Yeah, because I joined in.
No, because this team is full of shitty people. That happened before you were a fan.
That's true.
Yeah, so
anyway. But you had the golden years.
I sure did. And that's why it's extra painful.
Yeah. But all I've known is a losing team.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right,
See, so it's easier for you to like disconnect
a
little more.
A little bit.
But the first full season I watched was 2010-11.
Okay.
And that series against the Vancouver Canucks, who went to 7 games in fucking Campoli. They should have won. Anyway, I believe the Hawks were down like 3-0 to Vancouver in the series and came back to force Game 7. And then they lost in overtime. Fucking Burrows. My first hockey heartbreak because I saw the Cup win the year before that while all of this shit was happening. I hate this fucking team. But then the 11-12 season rolls around. My second full season watching it. That was my first year in college. Freshman in college. They went on like a 9-game losing streak in February. Might have started in January. No, I think it started in February.
Why do they always suck in like the middle of the season?
Because my birthday is in February.
You're right.
That's why. But they went on that 9-game losing streak, and then I got my Blackhawks tattoo.
Right.
And that night, they broke that 9-game losing streak against the New York Rangers.
You should tell the story of your tattoo.
How it won me free tickets to a game?
Yeah.
So they used to be sponsored by Qdoba, or at least partnered with them. So the Qdoba restaurants in Chicago would always do like ticket giveaways, but they would like run contests on Facebook and stuff. And one of them was, what would you do for free tickets? So I was like, well, I've been planning to get a tattoo anyway. So I'm just going to do it today. And so we filmed a video, like, while it was happening to prove that it was for the thing. And I was like, I would get a tattoo for Blackhawks tickets.
Right.
And I won. So I got to go to the game.
She's got the feathers on the back of her neck.
I do. And I always forget that they're there. But they are.
They are.
So this team is actually attached to me.
Fun fact, we went to a Hawks versus Leafs game one time. I caught tickets like right before the game for cheap. And I rushed out of work and we flew to Chicago.
Well, we drove, but...
Well, I mean, we went real fast. Yeah, we drove flyingly, yes.
Which is not very easy because of rush hour traffic. You don't go very fast once you get on 290.
And while I was still at work, I printed out a cutout of the maple leaf. Mm-hmm. And I colored it in with blue marker, and I wrote Canada on it. And when we got to the game, I taped it to the back of her neck.
Because I was also wearing a Leafs jersey with my Leafs hat at the United Center. For a Hawks versus Leafs game. It was that jersey that's hanging on the wall right now. Is. My Kadri jersey.
Yeah.
That's still one of my favorite pictures.
Of the back of your neck?
Yeah. I'll have to post it.
Yes, definitely.
That was so funny. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous.
Not enough people laughed about that.
I know, right? Come on, guys. I'm real funny.
Fucking genius. Come on.
Yeah, so that's why and how I got the tattoo. But that was also the year that they played the Phoenix Coyotes.
Oh, that's so weird.
I know. It was really weird calling them the Arizona Coyotes when they changed it, but now it's like Phoenix.
Yeah, when I was reading off all the draft things, I was like, the Phoenix Coyote.
Wait a second.
Phoenix?
Did they get this wrong?
When did they change?
After 2012?
Well, yes.
I don't remember exactly when they changed. But that was the season that they had the playoff round against the Phoenix Coyotes.
Uh-huh.
And so much happened in that fucking playoff round, just that first round. So that was, well, the biggest thing for me, not for most people, was that everybody says and still brings up to this day that it was a horrible series for Corey. He sucks because he was bad in one playoff round. Never mind the 2 cups.
Yeah, fuck those cups.
One playoff round in his second full season in the NHL. And they held it against him forever. And he wasn't even
to this day
that bad. I feel like I need to go back and rewatch it, but I will just get so mad because of everything else that happened. That was the same series where Rafi Torres hit Marian Hossa with a high hit to the head, knocked him out. He got stretchered off the ice.
Holy shit. I've heard about this game, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
Don't. Everything about this playoff series was cursed. So then I hung my Hossa jersey up outside of my dorm room. Somebody stole it.
No!
Yep.
God damn it, college kids.
Yep, it was at like 2 a.m, and we heard somebody fucking with it, and we ran out in the hallway, and they were already gone, and we were running up and down the fucking hallway screaming.
That's bullshit.
2 a.m, somebody just steals.
Asshole.
Like, it wasn't even like an authentic one.
Right.
The ones that aren't the authentic ones. It was a fucking youth jersey. Like, come on. But still, that was my first hockey jersey and somebody fucking stole it.
Assholes.
And it was the same night.
Yeah.
Same night. So he gets knocked out of the game, stretchered off. Fucking Rafi Torres. Ah! Oh, that's a name I haven't thought about in a long time. And now it's just, oh God,
it's all coming
such
back.
A dirty fucking player. Anyway, that was also the playoff series where Andrew Shaw hit Mike Smith behind the net and he just went down like he was fucking shot.
I've seen the flop. I
hate Mike Smith.
I know.
That is when it started.
Yeah.
That is when it started.
Oh, no.
Because not only did he beat my goalie in that playoff round and everybody held it against him forever and ever, amen.
Yeah.
But that fucking play, and then Shaw got suspended for it.
Look, Shaw has done some terrible, horrible things.
He tried to get around him!
No, I'm not... Shaw has done some terrible, horrible things that he deserved to get suspended for.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't one of them. Plain and simple. If you can't recognize the flop that happened, like fucking embellishment, come on.
Fuck Mike Smith. I just was upset about people not getting over that playoff round when it comes to Corey, but I will never get over that playoff round, actually, because of all of the bullshit that happened.
Yeah.
Fuck Mike Smith.
Fuck Mike Smith.
Fuck Rafi Torres. This is why, like, sometimes I enjoy watching the Coyotes because they're an interesting team because you don't really know what
you're gonna get
going on down there. But I can never say that I like them because I just feel rage. I feel like I remember the most random shit from hockey seasons.
Oh, you do. But you remember fucking everything, so.
Except some of the, like, totally given things that everybody should know. So you ask me, I'm like, I don't know.
But you're like a fucking savant. Like, your brain is just this huge storage of hockey information and, like, being able to tell what game happened when and just some shit that normal people can't do.
Because I have dedicated the last decade of my life to this team.
It's true.
And that's why everything sucks. And I wish I could detach them from me. And it's, just going back to on-ice stuff, because we can't go back to Callout Corner, so we'll just keep talking in circles and getting mad. But watching those old games again versus watching whatever the fuck was last season, they are so bad.
Oh, no.
Like, going from a top 3 defensive core of prime Keith, prime Seabrook,
oh my god,
and Nicholas Hjalmarsson.
Yeah, holy shit. He retired, right?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Now we have Seth Jones, Calvin DeHaan, and Connor Murphy as our top 3, theoretically.
Help.
Maybe Jake McCabe, if he's actually good this year coming off of surgery, which I hope he is. I like Jake McCabe. That's nothing against him because I like him as a player, but we just haven't seen him play for the team yet, so we don't know what he's going to be like.
Yeah, what she said.
They're just so bad. And it's not fair to compare this team to the cup teams, especially 13 and 15. Which you had, again, the prime years of those 3 defensemen.
Yep.
You had Corey Crawford in net. You had prime Jonathan Taves before he fell apart. Kane is still Kane. Marian Hossa.
Oh, God.
Patrick Sharp.
God damn.
Like...
That was really a legacy team.
Yeah, tell me about it. And how it's all fucked now.
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
It's not your fault.
It is my fault because I started becoming a fan after they won the 3rd cup.
Yes, but it's hard to win 4, and you didn't taint the whole experience because they did that in 2010.
Okay, you're right.
Yes, so it's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
That everything about the team in my head sucks. It's because of them and what they didn't do.
It's not my fault.
Correct, and I'm glad you can acknowledge that.
Thank you.
Yes. But this team is sad. Because, wow, the difference between a winning team and this.
And this, yes.
This. We have good pieces.
Of course.
Again, Kane is still Kane on the ice. Hopefully he's not still Kane off of... Fuck this fucking team. Taves, we don't fucking know.
Is he good?
I don't know. He was at Lollapalooza. That's all I fucking know.
He looked good at the wedding. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still not over him going to Lollapalooza without a mask.
Without a mask, when he has an immune issue.
I just have to assume that he's actually vaccinated.
But that doesn't... Okay.
I know you know. We have DeBrincat.
We do.
Fantastic.
We do.
Absolutely fantastic. Last year, he took major steps toward becoming an elite player in the NHL.
Absolutely.
Like, he was always a really good goal scorer. Like,
Yeah.
obviously going back to junior.
Oh my God! In juniors, he had like 112 goals, didn't he? Something like that.
Insane what he was doing.
Like the goals he was putting up in junior.
Yeah.
Whew.
But then he had, not this past season, but the year before, when he was so snake bitten.
Yeah.
And like, he was still getting chances, but nothing was going in.
Nothing would go in. He was in a lull.
Yeah, let's see. I don't remember how many he actually scored that year, but I will tell you.
Tell me.
Because now I'm curious what a lull for DeBrincat looks like. If it ever decides to live. There we go.
What we got?
In the 2019-20 season, he had 18 goals and 27 assists for 45 points in 70 games.
That was his lull?
That was his lull.
Okay.
A half a point a game player? 45 in 70?
Yeah.
Wow. What a bum. 18 goals. Wow.
Wow.
You suck. You suck, bro. Yeah, his highest goal total in junior was 65 and 127 points.
Yeah. Right.
And then last season he had 32 goals, 24 assists for 56 points in 52 games. So he had less assists than the year prior.
Yeah.
But also in less games. And he got his goal scoring back on track. But also he was on the penalty kill.
He was.
And he was a good penalty killer and got a few breakaways because of it.
I love seeing those, man.
Oh, they're so beautiful, except
on a breakaway
in the AHL, because it's usually shorthanded breakaways against the IceHogs.
You're not wrong.
So many of those.
Oh, no.
So many of those.
So many.
Maybe Ryan Stanton will make all of the difference.
We can hope.
Yeah, but, man, DeBrincat's only 23. He's signed for 2 more years. I can't wait to see what kind of a season he puts up this year.
Yes.
Assuming that it will be a full season.
Oh, my God. I don't even like to think about it.
Me either.
Like, they might...
I don't even want to think about going back to games at this point.
I feel it.
With the way things are going.
I can't imagine that the players would agree to do another bubble season.
Oh, God, no. Absolutely
I
not.
can't imagine that happening.
I don't think anybody would agree to going back to any sort of restrictions.
But like, if we have to shut down again...
Oh, no. Nobody's going to do it.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they're not going to cancel the whole season.
Right.
How would they work it?
They'll just push through because fans are selfish.
Ugh.
And the amount of uproar there would be if people were once again banned from going to games.
I'm just tired.
Yep.
I am tired.
Get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's easy.
Get the fucking shot. It's free.
Doesn't hurt that bad.
Nope. Doesn't. I don't even like needles. I don't like needles. I didn't even feel my second shot. I didn't think the guy gave it to me.
They're so quick.
Dude, so quick. Like, the first one, I felt like the pinch and pressure, like with the typical shot. The second one, I told the guy I was nervous about it because I don't like needles. And I didn't even fucking feel it. I seriously didn't think he gave me the shot.
Dude, there was one time when I was in the hospital, they had to come and take some blood for tests or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the lady that put the IV in, I didn't feel it. I always feel it.
Your veins roll.
Yeah, I got rolly veins. But, like, I legitimately did not feel it. And I did not think that was possible.
Yeah. That really doesn't seem possible.
Yeah.
Because when I had the IV, I felt that for, like, days afterward. But again, I don't like needles.
Because she was like, all right, deep breath. And I was just sitting there. She's like, okay, you're done. I'm like, huh? Did you actually? And I looked down, she's got vials of blood. I'm like,
some people are just really fucking good at it.
I guess.
Yeah, after I got my second shot, I was like moving my arm around like the whole drive home, just like waiting for it to get sore. And then it finally did. I was like, okay,
I actually got it.
But I literally thought that he just didn't do it because I didn't feel anything. It was so weird. It was so weird.
I can imagine.
So weird. Like, a lot of people say, oh, I didn't even feel it. But, like, you feel it. It just doesn't hurt.
Right, yeah.
I literally thought he didn't give it to me. so strange.
It's a scam.
Yeah. And then I was like, yes, my arm is sore. He did give me the second shot. But yeah, get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because I really want to do things.
I would like to be able to go to games again.
That would be very nice.
We pay for season tickets.
Yeah.
I would like to go.
Yeah. I don't want it to roll over to another
Not
season.
another season.
Haven't paid for tickets in a long time.
I know, it's been so long. Thank God.
I think there would be a lot of fucking piggy bank cards waiting for us.
For real.
Anyway, so we have DeBrincat.
How did we end up where we did?
I don't know.
Okay, DeBrincat, yes. Good player.
Tyler Johnson.
Not so sure. I mean, he's a good player, but...
He's a good player.
Absolutely, but he hasn't played for us yet, so...
Nope, and he makes $5 million for the next 3 seasons. Yay, good job, Stan. Could have just kept Siebes' LTIR money.
Nope.
But we got a second-round pick out of it. Good job, guys. Good job.
Oh, no.
But we have Dominic Kubalik.
We do. He's good. I love him.
Very good, but he's only signed for 1 more year.
Of course.
Yeah. So hopefully he doesn't go the way of Pius Suter.
They just let him go for nothing.
Yeah, because he makes 3.7 right now. So.
Kelnick does?
Dominic Kubalik?
Kubalik.
Yes.
Yes.
The other keg.
Yeah.
So you have to assume he's going to get a raise.
A raise. Oh, yeah. But...
He scored a lot of goals last year, just like he put up, 30 in his rookie season?
Yeah.
And if they ever play the fucking second power play unit, he will score even more.
Yeah, there's no denying that he's not amazing.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Wait, did I say that backwards?
No.
There's no denying that he is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
But I think I said not the first time.
I don't
Oh,
know.
well. Oh, well. He's good.
Yeah. So we have those guys. Obviously, Hagel is very good.
Yes.
I mean, we don't know what Borgstrom's going to be like. He's still only 24. That's a big question mark.
Uh-huh.
Adam Gaudette, we really don't know because he got his diet under control. He's feeling the best he's ever felt. He put on a bunch of weight in the off season.
What was wrong with him?
He had that gut issue where he just always felt sick.
Oh.
And then he finally learned what was wrong with him. So he was able to eat the right way. So he didn't feel like trash all the time.
Okay.
He couldn't keep weight on.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he put on a bunch of weight in the off season.
In a good way.
Yes. So he could really have a breakout year.
Okay.
And he's only got 1 year left on his contract.
Don't they all? Don't they all?
Kirby Doc, fantastic player.
1 more year?
1 more year. Philip Kurashev, very exciting player this past year.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what he would be when he came into the NHL.
Yeah.
Because when he was with Rockford, I feel like he was injured a lot. So we didn't get to see him as often.
Not a whole lot, but when he did play, he looked decent.
Yeah, he was impactful, but I didn't think it was to the point where he would jump into the NHL the next season and just be really freaking good.
Right, yeah.
And making all these fancy plays and shit. Let's see. Last season, 2019-20, he played 36 games for Rockford.
That's what I thought.
7 goals, 12 assists for 19 points.
Okay.
And then this past season, he played 54 games for the Hawks, 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 year left on his deal.
Of course. Of course.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 of our exciting pieces on the forwards are up after this season. Curbs is going to get a big raise because he is currently making $925,000. Kurashev is currently making $842,500.
They don't have the cap room.
Kubalik is going to be making more than 3.7.
Fuck.
But Fleury's $7 million comes off.
Yes.
But Kevin has 1 year left on his deal.
Oh, God damn it.
Calvin DeHaan's 4.5.
Oh, please let him
comes
go.
off.
Please let him go.
Murphy is up after this year.
Don't know how I feel about that one.
I think that will depend on what McCabe and Stillman and the
Caleb.
other Jones looks like. Wyatt Kalnick's deal is up after this season. And I would say he's the only real exciting piece on defense right now. Maybe Stillman could have a better season, but he's not going to be one that lights the world on fire. He's just a solid depth defenseman.
Yeah.
Goaltending, I really don't fucking know what their plan is.
No idea.
I don't know if they're banking on Soderblom coming in and being really good and either being like a super backup next season or challenging Kevin for the starting role. If they re-sign Kevin because he's up and he's a UFA.
Well, there's no way we're re-signing Fleury, right?
I honestly could not tell you what this team is going to do. I didn't think they were going to trade for Marc-Andre Fleury for nothing. Literally nothing, because Hakkarainen's still going to play for us.
I don't understand how that works.
It was a paper transaction.
I don't understand how he can have his rights with another team but still play for us.
Well, you can loan players to any team. You can loan them to any AHL
for
team,
what reason?
Any ECHL team. If there's no room on your AHL roster, but you have a guy that you want getting time in the American League and not the ECHL, you can loan them to a different team.
I hate it.
Me too. Me too. I was so excited that he was.
He hates it.
Hopefully, he's with Indy.
We can hope.
We can hope. Shaw's money comes off the books officially.
Okay.
Because he's still on LTIR because he retired.
You know he retired.
But that's 3.9 that comes off completely.
Okay. That's still not enough to go around.
Nope. And then there's a few other RFAs like Cam Morrison, who was injured all last year. So we really don't know what we're going to get with him.
Really see.
Mate Halupa, Reese Johnson, Andre Altibarmakian, Mackenzie Entwistle.
Oh, man.
Chad Chris, Colin Delia, Malcolm Subban. All the goalies are up except for Arvid Soderblom.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. We thought this year was bad with the goalies. Next year's even worse.
Next year, we have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
We're going to have exactly one goaltender play for the entire organization.
He will play for the NHL and for the AHL.
Unless they're just going to coax Drew Comesso into leaving college. We need you.
Say, hey. Come on.
We need a goalie.
We're desperate.
Or we'll trade for some other random great veteran goaltender instead of Fleury.
Cameron Kennedy.
No, bring him out of retirement. Trade for Andrei Vasilevsky.
Who?
Vasilevsky?
That was the joke.
That made-up goaltender?
That was the joke, yes.
So I don't know, man. They've got a few exciting pieces, but compared to those winning teams, it's not shit.
No, it's really, that doesn't sound like a cup team.
And after they got Seth Jones, there were all of these headlines. Do the Blackhawks have a chance this year?
No.
Like, no, they don't.
They don't.
Have you looked at this roster?
Right. Have you watched any of their games?
Right.
Like, that's not going to change the fact that they're not in contention right
Do they have a system? Like, I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they figured something out defensively over the summer.
They better. With all the money we're spending on defensemen.
You better tell them where to go and what to do. Yeah, again, going back to watching all of these highlights from these games.
Oh, God.
There were so many times where a goal was scored against them, and I'm like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, they're just not
Where
there.
were you?
Exactly. They're just not there.
They're just so out of position.
Yeah.
Or just, like, staring at the guy who has the puck.
Just not moving at all.
And not realizing there's a person wide open behind them.
You can't just stare. That's not your job. You gotta do more than that.
They're so bad. And watching these games with Hjalmarsson in them.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
heart.
No, nobody does that. Nobody does that. We need somebody to do that.
Yep.
But they don't. They just stand there. Or they go running off somewhere and you're like, where the fuck are you
Yeah, that's painfully accurate.
Or they fall over at the offensive blue line, so then they have a breakaway.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss Hammer.
Me fucking too.
I miss him very much.
Me too. Me too.
I still remember the day that he got traded.
Wasn't it the same day that Panarin got traded?
I'm not sure about that part. I think
it was.
so, yeah. But I was sitting on your couch right next to you, and my phone went off, so I read it out loud. And you were like, what? No, that can't be!
It was.
But it did. And it was.
It was. Like, it's not one of the moves that I'll never get over because I understood it.
Yeah.
But I still don't like it. And we wouldn't have been any worse off just keeping Hammer.
Well, no. I mean...
Because now we have Murphy, and he can't keep his helmet on.
Or keep his back not broken.
Or that. So, no, the Blackhawks do not have a chance to win the cup this year.
I can't even believe there's people that are questioning that.
Oh, they are.
Oh, I'm sure they are, but...
They are. I fear for my sanity if they even make the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
With the playoffs last year, just watching them,
There's
dude,
no way.
they would have fucking embarrassed the Blackhawks out there.
Every team.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, every team that was in the playoffs, if
Except
you
maybe
watch
the
them...
Leafs.
Well, they always choke in the playoffs. But, that cut me off.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I know the Leafs are heartbreaking every single year in the playoffs.
Now I'm just wondering who would have won that series if it was last year's Blackhawks versus the Leafs.
I want to say the Leafs still would have embarrassed them. Dude, if you get knocked out by the Blackhawks...
They got knocked out by Montreal. They weren't even supposed to win a game.
I know that, and I'm
They
fully...
weren't supposed to win a game.
I'm fully aware of that.
And then they beat Toronto, and then they went superhuman mode and beat everybody until
they just went
hit
to the end. Who?
Anyway, yes, all of the teams could have beat the Blackhawks in the playoffs.
Yes, because dude, watching them play, watching anybody in the playoffs play.
Yeah, that level of hockey.
Yeah, we're not at it.
No.
We're way below that. We would have gotten blown out every game.
Uh-huh. Like, the only team that maybe it wouldn't have been super embarrassing against would have been Montreal because they can't score goals. But they still would have hit Carey Price, and they wouldn't have been able to score, and they still would have lost. Yeah. But at least it wouldn't have been like, oh my god, we are losing every game 7-1.
Yeah. Yeah. Against any other team, though.
Or maybe Edmonton, who got swept, and who the Blackhawks beat in the bubble. Edmonton.
I try to wrap my mind around Edmonton and how the fuck they're not winning all the time.
I'm also... So I didn't keep caught up on YouTube, like, at all during the season.
Yeah.
So I'm just now catching up on, like, all of the dang it's and hat picks.
Yeah.
And watching all of the hat picks with Connor McDavid just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Just...
How did they get swept?
Dude, when you
in
get
the playoffs.
McDavid flying down the fucking... he makes it look effortless.
He does. But also, they weren't calling anything against Winnipeg, just hanging on him, which was ridiculous. And as much as I love to see chaos and teams that should win not to do that, and as much as I love to see Mike Smith lose.
Oh, yes.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, but the reffing is always bullshit in the playoffs.
I just want to see games called fairly.
Of course.
And also have the chaos.
I think that's safe to say that that's what most people would want.
Except when it goes their way.
Well, of course.
Like, Montreal versus Edmonton would have been so much more exciting than Montreal versus Winnipeg.
Yes.
Especially after that first game with Mark Scheifele. We don't need to get into all of that again. This playoffs was full of so much bullshit.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god.
For sure.
Like, game 1, Toronto versus Montreal. Nobody's fault, but John Tavares goes out.
Yeah.
Game 1.
That was game 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus
sure
Christ.
was. Sure was.
Oh, I have that image in my head now.
Yeah,
and
it's never leaving.
Oh, fuck. Is he good?
Yeah, I guess.
I thought he, like, injured his leg when he did
he had
that
a
terrible
leg injury.
fallback thing.
Then game 1, Montreal versus Winnipeg. Mark Scheifele happened.
May I also say, in game 1, I'm pretty sure I said it when we talked about it when it happened.
Which game 1? Toronto or?
Toronto.
Okay.
That game should have been postponed, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, if there was ever a game to be postponed, that would be it.
How do you make them go back out there and play after
And then they fucking lost, right?
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Because of that fucking amazing Paul Byron shorthanded goal, I want to say, where he's just flying through the air. Like,
yeah. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that they didn't postpone that game.
1,000%.
Because nobody had scored yet. It was 0-0.
I think Montreal scored like the next shift, too.
Yeah, it was. It was real bad. I still just can't understand.
It makes no sense. No. I think it's because they made the Canadian series start so late because they wouldn't start them until Vancouver and Calgary were done playing their make-up regular season games.
It made no sense. Yes.
Neither of them were going to make the playoffs, so it wouldn't have affected seeding at all. Why did they make the North Division wait to start the playoffs till after that?
There's no reason that when the playoffs start, there should still be teams playing regular season games.
Right. Those games did not matter. No. Just don't make them play. Or at least start the playoffs and still have them playing. Because they did start the playoffs, just not for the North Division.
Yeah, it was.
Which didn't make any sense because they wouldn't have made the playoffs anyway.
Right. It was a fucking mess. Those playoffs, man.
There was so much bullshit.
So much bullshit. You said bullshittery?
Yes. But I think maybe if they had started on time, they would have been like, oh, we have some buffer room. We can postpone this game.
Right.
But no, because you started a fucking week late. There's no wiggle room there. And they already had to play a back-to-back because they started late. Like, a back-to-back in the playoffs? A back-to-back in
the playoffs should never happen. Should never happen.
Fucking NHL, dude.
When that guy on the Blues passed out, or went into cardiac arrest or whatever on the bench.
Bouwmeester?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that game was postponed. Was it not? Or was it just completely canceled?
I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure it was postponed.
That was on my birthday.
It was on your birthday. We were at a show.
Oh, you were?
Was it an Aaron show?
Nope, Capstan.
And we were on a balcony?
Well, it wasn't while Capstan was playing. It was while the headliner was playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. No. Anyway.
Yeah, I believe that game was either canceled or postponed.
Right. And so, like, what's the difference? Why would you postpone one and not the other?
The NHL and their scheduling. And just
the fact that it was
really
a playoff
just the
game.
NHL period.
Well, yes, but...
Yeah, but like you said, nobody had scored.
Yeah, it was 0-0. Like, start fresh another day.
Even if somebody had scored, start with that score.
Exactly. That's what, yes. But I'm saying it was fucking 0-0.
It was 0-0.
There was no reason not to reschedule it.
It wasn't even that far into the game. It was really like halfway into the first period.
Yeah, it happened quick.
Yeah. It was always going to happen that way, that the Leafs were going to lose that game, because you can't expect them to come back and play at playoff level hockey.
Captain just looked like he died on the ice.
Right.
Like,
literally.
No, literally. Like,
I thought we had seen somebody die.
Yeah. And they just kept playing it and playing it and playing
over
it
and over
and playing it.
Like, I get they have to talk about it. I got goosebumps
just thinking about it right now.
Yeah.
Like, ow.
But, like, I get they have to talk about it, because that's just what you have to do, unfortunately. And if people weren't watching at the beginning, you get them caught up. But over and over and over.
Honestly, at that point, I feel like it's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, you replay it once or twice after it happens, but you don't have to keep it on a fucking loop while you're talking about it.
And maybe, like, that intermission.
Right. And that's it. But no,
and maybe
it was
bring
like,
it up the second intermission, but don't fucking show it again.
But they did. Over and over and over
and
the
then
whole
for
game.
days afterwards.
Yes. Oh my God. We've already talked about this. We don't need to yell about John Tavares.
But also, one more point.
Okay.
Like, they're in Canada.
Yes.
And obviously his family is there with him.
Right.
And that's going to be covered even more in Canada than it was here. So they just have to see that over and over.
Right, because they were at that game, right?
No.
No?
Because nobody could be there. Remember? Because Dubas went running down on the phone.
Yeah. Oh, God, I still get chills thinking about that, too.
Everything about that was so scary. But, like, that was traumatic for the average fan watching.
Right, can you imagine his teammates?
His teammates? His family at home?
Right.
His wife and kids?
Yeah, no. God
like,
damn.
It's game 1 of the playoffs. You're going to tune in. You're all excited.
Yeah.
And then that?
And then that.
That's horrifying. And then they just keep playing it over and over. And then for days. And then it's on the cover of papers. Fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Fucking disgusting.
Yes.
Ugh. So mad about all of that. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, yeah. Who the fuck would have won if these teams would have played each other in the playoffs? Yeah. I don't know. I honestly do not know. Because the Leafs can't beat anybody in the first round. They can't beat Boston. They can't beat Washington. They can't get out of the play-in round against Columbus. Like, dude.
Can you name any team that we could have beat in the playoffs? The other team
in this past year's playoffs?
No, just any team. Say it was a playoff game. Assuming
Detroit?
Yeah.
Buffalo?
Maybe.
Potentially Arizona if their goalies were injured, which they often were. Columbus, we went like 5-1 against Columbus this past year.
Huh.
But any of the teams that actually made the playoffs?
Yeah. I mean, you already said Montreal, didn't you?
I said that Montreal would probably still win. The Hawks just wouldn't get blown out 7-1.
Oh, yeah,
because they'd
that's
still
what you
hit
said.
Carey Price.
Right.
But if they didn't let Carey Price actually get into Carey Price mode, because he wasn't for the first half of the series.
Right.
And then Toronto kept fucking up.
And it was feeding him.
And they let them get back into it. And if he sees there's a chance, he's like, I'm going to win. And then he did.
And then he does.
If they didn't let him get to that point, then maybe, because Montreal couldn't score.
Right.
And, obviously Toronto's big stars couldn't score either, so then you have to wonder, would Chicago's be able to score? But...
Does Patrick Kane look like he cares right now?
That's a big one, but he was also injured.
How is he injured?
I don't know what was wrong with him, but he was injured.
Huh.
The last half of the season, which is apparently why he started sucking so bad.
Kane?
He was injured, yeah.
I do recall that announcement, right after the season ended.
It didn't require surgery, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he had some sort of injury.
Playing with an injury.
Yeah. But I feel like DeBrincat would be better in the playoffs than whatever the fuck Mitch Marner was doing.
I agree.
Hagel would be a great
player. Oh
my
God,
player.
yes.
I feel like Dominic Kubalik could probably continue to score goals, but you probably would have thought that about Austin Matthews as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, fucking
Willie
Mitch
was
Marner.
great.
He was. There were two players that were really good.
We will have no disrespect about Willie on this podcast.
No. I'm saying all of their big names.
Yes.
You would expect them to do something.
And only one of them really showed up.
Yeah.
Kerfoot was also good, but I wouldn't consider him a big name. Galchenyuk was good, except for that overtime goal.
Who was really good that they just re-signed? Spezza.
Spezza was very good.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Spezza was very good.
He
Jumbo
he
was garbage, and they wouldn't scratch him, even though he was actively hurting the team by being out there.
Yeah.
Wayne Train wasn't at his best, but he was also injured. Foligno wasn't at his best, but he was also injured. I feel like those two would have had much more of an impact if they weren't injured.
Of course.
Simmons did earlier in the playoff round. He was all feisty and getting up into guys' faces, but I think it just wore on him as the series went on because he was nursing those injuries. And then, like the first half, not game one, obviously, but while the Leafs were winning games, when they went on that 3 straight, because you need 4 to win.
Yeah.
When they won 3 straight, like, they looked like they were having fun. Like,
Yeah.
Matthews was getting ragdolled out there and just laughing at guys.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Where did that go? All of a sudden, they have 3 wins. They're like, oh no, we can't win another one. And then they just looked miserable for 3 straight games.
I don't understand. I will never understand the Leafs curse.
No. Years, like, I agree with you. That's
I
what
was
I said.
gonna
No,
say,
I will also never understand.
Yeah.
But years prior to this one, except maybe Columbus in the bubble, but, like, Boston, it's understandable that they would lose to Boston.
Of course.
Washington, understandable
yes.
they would lose to Washington. Montreal was not supposed to win a game.
Nope. They
Carey
weren't even
Price-
supposed to be in the playoffs.
Carey Price came into the playoffs injured. He played in the AHL before the playoffs started.
Price did?
Yes, on a conditioning stint. And he lost.
Oh, no. And then they make it all the way to the fucking finals.
Because Toronto can't fucking win a playoff round.
No.
Winnipeg, I don't know what the fuck they did, but they got swept by Montreal. I don't know how Vegas lost to Montreal, except they got Carey Price and, God, Fleury. That turnover.
Yeah.
Now he's ours.
Oh, God. Oh, God. You just triggered a trauma response. That fucking turnover. Oh, it was so bad.
To tie the game. And then it went to overtime.
It was so bad.
To Josh Anderson. And then he also won the game in overtime.
Oh, it was so bad.
I mean, it was good because I was rooting for Montreal at that point. But
I wasn't.
for Fleury, it was bad.
Real bad.
Mm.
Fleury, no.
I hope you don't do that this year. If he does.
I'm looking up if he has a middle name.
If he does, the puck will probably go to Calvin DeHaan, who will then put the puck in the net, and I will just melt into the floor. That's all I have hockey-wise.
That's it.
Yeah. What else have you been up to?
I was just going to ask you. I always go first. It's your turn.
Once again, spending too much money on hockey cards.
Oh, yes.
Especially because I found a checklist site now.
Oh, it's so satisfying to check them off, though.
It is, but it's horrible.
And they make it way too easy to spend all of your money.
They do. Because
every dollar.
If you don't have a card on there that you see, if you are trying to complete a collection, there's just a nice little link to eBay.
They make it so easy.
And then
you don't have this card? Oh, here's how you get this card.
Yep, and then it just searches for that card on eBay. You don't even have to type it in. You just click the link and it shows those results. It's horrible, and trying to complete my Crawford collection as best as I can, he has so many cards, and I have to come to terms with the fact that I will never get all of them.
No, because there's like 1,500 of them.
Yes. But there's a lot of like short print ones, so there weren't a lot made, or low serial numbered ones where either there are other collectors who have them or somebody
they're just sitting
out there
in a box in the garage somewhere.
It just hasn't been opened. It's just out there in a
out
box and somebody doesn't know what they have.
That's what I'm saying. Or somebody opened it just like...
Yeah, and they're just like,
that's cool.
Just threw it in a box or something. They just have
it. They don't know that they have like a 1 of 10.
I think about it literally every time I'm looking through the list.
I am sure.
And see a low serial number.
Yeah.
And I don't see any on eBay or anything. I'm like, somebody out there.
It's just some random people that don't even really care about hockey.
Mm-hmm.
They just got the card.
Mm-hmm. Or it's in somebody's attic.
It's in a garage or an attic, I guarantee it. Or like a spare room.
Somebody just like got rid of their hockey card collection and gave it to some kid. And it got ruined by peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
No.
Their sticky fucking fingers.
Oh, Jesus. That hurts my core.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's what I've been thinking about for the past week as I've been checking off these cards and buying more. Is how there's just some child out there ruining all of the ones that I need and ruining my dreams. You child.
Damn you.
Give me my cards. So yeah, I went through all of the Crawford ones that I have and checked them off and purchased a lot more to work toward completing my collection. But then I started going through other cards that I have and checking those off.
I really, really just want to sit here like overnight with my laptop, just like entering which cards you have. And oh my God,
it takes forever. It took me a whole weekend just to do the Crawford one.
Please let me come over.
But it's so hard going through players that you're not necessarily trying to collect all of. And but not clicking the links.
I was going to say, but then you see.
I'm like, well, maybe it's a cheap card and I'll just add it to my collection.
I mean, shit, why not?
But then if you just keep adding cheap cards to your collection, it adds up, especially with shipping. Like, that's the part that really gets you, is the shipping costs. Because the cards.
Some people charge like $15, $20 for shipping for a fucking trading card. Like,
I bought one today that had $20 shipping. But it was very worth it.
It was guaranteed.
Yeah, so that's mostly what I've been doing, and catching up on YouTube and watching these old Hawks games and trying to find old Hawks games because the NHL makes it impossible for people to enjoy their product,
which just doesn't make any sense.
Why
would you not monetize that?
Right, like, let me pay for it.
Right.
If you have NHL TV, you can watch games back to the 14-15 season.
Yeah.
Fine, but I want games before the 14-15 season.
There's no reason it should only go back like 6 years.
You know, just wiping the archive when they switched over to the new streaming system with MLB and whatnot.
Why would you?
Because
all those games just gone.
They make it impossible to like hockey.
They really do.
This is why there are casual fans.
Yes, 100%.
Because
it's not accessible.
They don't actively try to convert the casual fan into a hardcore fan.
No.
They're just like, let's get as many people as possible under the net, but not do anything once we have them. They're just there.
Yeah.
And you let them wither away, and then they find their way out of the net because you do nothing to retain them.
Nothing to keep them.
Oh, it drives me nuts. I don't know how I got here to being a big fan when it's fucking impossible. When I couldn't even watch the games on TV
because they're blacked out
in Chicago. Yeah.
Why would you black out the game at your closest city? Like, there's so many games
in Chicago and I couldn't watch them,
which is bullshit on every level.
That's when I initially bought Game Center, thinking I could watch them because I was just a naive little college student thinking I could be able to watch games if I pay them for their streaming service.
Yeah.
Nope, blackout.
I paid Hulu $65 a month to be able to watch hockey this season, and it was still sometimes blacked out.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I had to illegally stream games in Chicago.
Right.
Fucking dumb.
I mean, it is. It's very dumb.
They make it impossible to enjoy, and yet somehow here we are. But I've been looking for those previous games, and there is a bunch of them on YouTube, especially like playoff games.
Yeah.
But trying to find regular season games is a lot harder. There's a bunch of random ones, but then you think of one you want to watch, and it's hard to find.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. At night, when I try to fall asleep, I've started watching a painting YouTube channel.
Painting, huh?
Yeah, it's just this guy. I think it's a guy. I don't know. Might not be. They're not, like, they don't show their face in the video. It's just their hands. And it's not like an ASMR thing because they just have, like, classical music playing over.
Is he the guy that matches colors?
Matches colors?
Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, he plays classical music over it and then just paints a nice little... Usually it's like a nature scene.
Oh. So he's like Bob Ross, but not as good.
I mean...
You can't really measure up to Bob Ross.
Right. And the videos are shorter and there's nobody like...
guiding you through.
Yeah, there's no commentary.
It's a happy little clouds.
But it's something about watching the brushstrokes and the classical music. It just fucking puts me to sleep. I'm like, this is amazing.
Okay, so semi-related.
Mm-hmm.
I found this TikTok account that this guy will match a color to anything you give him, just with like different colors of paint. He will make that exact shade. Like somebody said, do like a metal dumbbell without using black. And like, he doesn't paint the dumbbell or anything. He just has to make that color. And
so he doesn't have to paint whatever it is. Like,
right.
He doesn't have to paint a picture of the
No,
dumbbell?
he just has to color match it. And he does it every time. Like, I don't know. He's got to know like art theory and shit like that. But like, when he's done, when he has the color made, he puts it on that item and you can't fucking see it. That's how good he is.
That's so frustrating.
It is. And it's kind of like ASMR because you can hear him scraping.
Oh, I love it.
I know you do.
I love it.
I know. I'll have to send you a video, but
I don't know why I like it. As long as there's nobody like whispering to me with
whispering.
mouth noises.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Ugh.
I hate it so much. It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah. If they just do like an intro to the video, like, it's fine, but don't mouth noise in my ear the whole time. Just
please
like,
don't do that.
I love drawing and painting ASMR videos because there's just like the scratching on the paper. I love it. But yeah, this isn't that. There's just music playing. Okay. So you don't hear anything except when they use foil, like they crinkle it. I don't know why they choose to only play that noise, but they do. But it's fucking crazy. Like, he just starts with dots of paint on a page and turns it into a fucking painting.
I don't understand how people can do that.
Yeah, and these videos are like 5 to 10 minutes long, and sometimes I'll only be able to watch one, and then I'm like falling asleep.
Right.
Sometimes I'll watch 2, but they fucking put me to sleep. It's amazing.
I'm glad you found something that helps.
Me too! Because not many things do.
Yeah. Your melatonin stopped working, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, long ago.
Now it's a painting YouTube channel.
Whatever fucking works.
I just randomly found it. I think I was watching some other YouTube videos or something, and then I went back to the homepage while I was in bed, and I was like, oh, a painting thing. Let me just watch this. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I start drifting off to sleep. It's got to be the music.
It has to be.
And watching the brush strokes and whatnot, because it's just so calming, and there's nobody to like watch and focus on.
Yes.
I'll have to send you one of the videos.
Please do.
I will link that YouTube channel
Hell
in
yeah.
the show notes.
Hell
so
yeah.
you guys can also fall asleep watching this person painting. And I feel like somebody could take that as like an insult, like, oh my God, this is so boring, I'm falling asleep. But it's just so calming.
It's a compliment, I promise.
Yeah, it's like people who fall asleep listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like
I can't do that because I pay
can't.
too much attention to the words, so I don't fall asleep.
I also like want to hear what they're saying.
Exactly, yeah.
Like maybe I could go back and listen to old episodes,
Yeah,
depending on the podcast. Like I couldn't fall asleep to the SDP because then Steve would start screaming.
Yes,
Oh my God, what's happening?
No, but like I can't think of a podcast that I would just like to fall asleep to. Like a podcast dedicated for me to fall asleep. Like I don't care what they're talking about. Yeah,
like reading stories or just like calmly talking about nothing to talk you to sleep. Like there's podcasts for that reason.
Well, maybe I'll have to look into it.
Maybe. I don't know. I would go with just the videos without words because then you don't have to pay attention to
That's
it.
true.
Oh, it's just so nice. I'm glad that I found that.
How did you come upon it?
Just stumbled across it on the homepage. YouTube.
Don't you remember Stumble Upon?
I fucking do. That was so great.
Does that still exist?
I don't think so. I wanted to find something like it. Stumble upon, move to mix.
The fuck is mix?
Continue discovering and stumbling upon interesting websites and articles with the Mix extension. All right, I will add it to Chrome.
Okay.
Add to Chrome. Yes, go ahead. You can read
Do
and
your
change all the
damage.
data on websites I visit.
Do your damage.
Actually, I'm going to read reviews before I do that. But anyway, I wanted to find something like that so we could do it on the show and like find a random website. So I'll look at that before we record next time and see what it's like.
Perfect.
Because Stumble Upon was awesome.
That was the shit back in the day.
You find so much random shit
so
doing
much. And like you could set your likes or whatever, like your interests. Oh man, I miss it.
Me too. Hopefully this mix thing is like whatever that is. It had 3.5 stars, so I want to see what the bad things are.
What are the bad?
It's like trying to find YouTube video downloaders, and maybe I shouldn't talk about that because it's very illegal. But it used to be so easy to download shit off the internet. But now everything's fucking protected.
Yep.
I'm not trying to re-upload it. I just don't want it to disappear
yeah,
forever,
right.
and I want to enjoy it myself.
I just want to keep it.
Because the NHL makes it fucking impossible.
You need to talk to them.
You're not gonna listen to me?
Hey, tell them.
I'll fucking tell you.
Listen here, buddy.
Just let me pay you to watch old games.
I'll give you
Why
money.
is that like a hard thing to ask for?
I don't understand.
Always bitching about not having money. Let me pay you.
Let me pay you.
I have given you so much money over the years paying for Game Center and then NHL TV. It's like over $100 per season. I've been doing it for a decade. Just let me watch all the games that I want. That's over $1,000.
Yeah, it is.
Let me watch games.
Plus all the fucking jerseys you've bought and all the other merch.
NHL. Listen.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
All I want.
Plus being a season ticket holder to your AHL team.
Yeah, come on now.
Come on.
Just let me watch old games. That's literally all I'm asking for.
It's such a small request.
It's so small. And yet that's somehow so difficult.
Can't do it. Nope.
And just they got rid of the page on their website. It used to be under the videos for shootouts. They had like a specific tab where you could click it and just watch shootouts.
Okay.
They got rid of it. I love watching shootouts.
Yeah.
And they make it impossible to get new fans.
They do.
Shootouts are fun. I understand that ending games that way isn't the best.
No, I hate it.
But they're fun.
Yes.
And casual fans and new fans like fun.
Fun.
But fun is not allowed
in the NHL. Nope.
There's only pain and suffering. Why have we done this to ourselves?
That's a very good question.
I feel like so many fans of other leagues have fun. Like, the NBA seems fun.
Oh, it does seem fun.
MLB, you can go outside and watch games and just drink beer and eat hot dogs.
You can watch hockey outside, too.
How? How do I watch the games?
We went to the Winter Classic.
One a fucking year. And then they run out of food, so you can't sit there and drink beer and
They
eat hot
literally
dogs.
ran out of beer and soda. There was nothing.
At a hockey game. And food.
There was nothing.
It was the first intermission.
It took us like 45 minutes
We missed
to get
the whole
back.
second period.
We did. And then they found you a hot dog from probably somewhere sketchy. But
Probably the floor and the Coors Light. Like,
but she ate that shit.
I had the beer to kill whatever was on the hot dog that came off the floor. It's fine. So no, I can't just go to an outdoor game and watch hockey and enjoy it drinking beer and eating hot dogs because they run out of them.
It's not allowed.
And it's fucking cold, so that is not enjoyable.
Yeah.
Baseball's in the summer.
It is. Yes. I still get very bored at baseball games.
Me too, but it's
I know
the atmosphere.
Right. Yeah. Like I won't turn down going to one.
Right. Hardcore baseball fans. This is what I'm talking about. Fans of other leagues. Mm-hmm. So baseball fans would have a great time.
Absolutely.
Soccer, same way.
Oh,
Outdoors,
yeah. Super
it's beautiful.
Super duper passionate.
Oh, yeah, they are. Drink beer, eat food, you're outside. It's wonderful, especially at night because it cools off. I don't know how fans of golf have fun.
No.
By clapping after they shoot.
Just a very...
It's very weird. And they all yell, "Get in the hole!" It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't understand it. I understand playing golf, but not watching it.
No.
NBA is just fun. They're
It's
always
just
doing
fun
something.
all around. Yeah, they're allowed to have personalities.
Oh, wow. Imagine that.
They can actually do stuff.
I don't know what else there is.
What
But
other sport?
I don't know.
I feel like I could get into rugby if I understood the rules.
I will never understand rugby. People have tried to explain
the
it.
NFL.
Oh, yeah. That one. We're Bears fans. I like to forget that one exists. Much like the other outdoor ones.
Yeah.
Go outside and enjoy it. Unless you're in Chicago because it's fucking cold.
Very,
and they
very
also
cold.
run out of food.
They run out of food. They lose to Cleveland 0-25.
In the preseason.
In the preseason. There's no food. We got an old hard-ass pretzel. I couldn't even eat it.
It was horrible.
We don't have good luck with outdoor games.
No.
I mean, we saw the Cubs game, and we went to a Brewers game, and we went to a Sox game.
Yeah, those are all great. I'm telling you, go to a baseball game.
Baseball's got it down.
I've been to soccer games, also fun.
I have not been to pro soccer. Like my little brother played soccer.
I haven't been to an MLS game, but I saw the women's national team when they came through Chicago.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go see a Chicago Fire or a Chicago Red Stars game.
Hell yeah. We should go.
Yeah, I think the season's almost over, though. Or it is over. I don't know.
Next season.
Yeah, next season.
I don't know when the soccer season is.
Summer. Summer's almost over.
That's weird to say.
It's almost hockey season.
It feels like February, but like not outside because it's like 90
degrees and storming outside. Well, it's not storming now, but it has been.
It has been, yeah. It's so humid.
Disgustingly
so fucking humid.
But it's so much easier being a fan of other leagues. But the NHL makes it
Won't allow it. No, you may not be a fan of me.
And it's like one of the most exciting sports.
Yeah.
Because
it's so fast paced.
So fast paced. And it doesn't stop after every play for a commercial like
Lord
football
Jesus.
does. Football would be so much more fun to watch if there were less commercials.
I agree.
Oh my God. And less flags. Anyway,
well,
this is not a football podcast. And I only watch the Bears, so it wouldn't be that great of a football podcast if it was.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're Bears fans, so it's horrible watching football.
It's real bad.
Yes, my cat is howling.
Okay, I was just... is that baby out there just singing?
The Bears suck.
The Bears, I hope
it's almost football season.
It is. They start next month? This month? This month? Next month?
September.
Okay, next month.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know about preseason
they're practicing
and
now.
stuff. Yeah, because I've seen them on social media and stuff.
Yeah, it's not fun as a Bears fan, and I can't handle more than one sport being a super fan. So hockey it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, like
the hardest one to watch.
I'm an honorary Eagles fan just because my brother has been in love with them since he was a kid. Like my whole family are Bears fans. And he was like 8, and he's like, I like the Eagles. And he just stuck with it. Random. But it was really cool because I got to watch the Super Bowl with him when they won.
Finally.
He was in St. Louis at the time. And yeah, that was really neat to be able to see that with him, experience that with him.
Yeah, but the NHL is pain and suffering.
Yes, always.
And I've dedicated a decade of my life to the pain and suffering that is the NHL.
Yep.
Because for half of those years, my team was winning. Winning distracts from everything.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah, you haven't known a winning Blackhawks team. You've known them losing in the first round to the Blues, getting swept by Nashville, not making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You saw the IceHogs go to the third round and getting beat by the Green Boys in Texas.
I cried so hard that night.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrific.
It was.
They could have done.
They would have played the Marlies in the Calder Cup final.
Oh God, I'm just thinking about it. Makes me want to die again.
Fucking Texas.
At least the Marlies slaughtered Texas.
True, but so many things in that series against Texas were also bullshittery. Like the offside goal that shouldn't have counted.
No, it was
goaltender
clearly
interference. So many of these game-winning goals, I'm like, ugh. And they all happened at home. Yeah. So we had to be there to see them. Thankfully, when they lost the series, they were in
away.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Jeff Glass.
I know.
He was in net for that. Because Colin started the playoffs, and then he started sliding a bit.
Started not being good at all.
Yeah, so they put Jeff Glass in, and then they lost.
Poor Glass.
Man, I didn't want to end this on a depressing note.
Oh, let's talk about what I've been doing.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
I've been playing RuneScape a lot.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the update on RuneScape.
Yeah.
We were able to download it immediately after ending the podcast.
Yes, I am. Oh, I watched her click for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Until I realized it was like 12:30 and I should probably go home.
Yeah, we were just mining for ores.
And that's what I've been doing for the past week.
Really?
Yes. I went from level 61 to level 75.
Damn.
I know, because it's double XP week.
Oh.
Yeah. So I went from like 61 to 75. And I've just been mining, and I made that the ore box, I think it's called.
Ore box?
Yes.
What's an ore box?
You build an ore box and you keep it in your inventory, and you can fit 120 of each type of ore in that box. Yes, it saves so much time. It's amazing.
How do you make an ore box?
You can upgrade. You got to start from bronze and then go up every level, like iron, fucking steel. I don't know. And there's a bunch of new ores that are like higher level.
Pretty.
Yeah.
You have to be a member, but you renewed your membership.
I am a member because I logged on and I didn't have my membership, obviously. I logged on and I realized that I couldn't do anything with my bank. I couldn't put anything in or take anything out because if I take it out, it's stuck in my inventory because I can't put it in because there's only so many slots that free players get. And so I kind of had to renew if I wanted to play.
Yeah.
So I did that. I paid for a month and I don't regret it, except for I've been on the computer too much lately, I guess, because my mom was like, I don't want to look at your back anymore. Can you like come sit on the couch?
This is why you're missing everything on Twitter.
It's gotta be.
You're on RuneScape.
I'm fucking
it's not 'cause
clicking.
you're sleeping.
I'm clicking, just clicking and clicking.
See,
and
after
clicking.
that night, I was also doing that for a couple days, and then I found the checklist.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would be doing nothing but the checklist if I were you.
It's horrible.
Like absolutely nothing.
Like, it's so satisfying, but horrible at the same time. Again, because they make it so easy to click through and search for cards you don't have, so then you buy it. I have so many cards coming my way. But the fucking checklist site, and it gives you a ranking.
It does.
Of other people who have a certain player's cards in their collection, and I am second for Crawford, and that is not okay. I'm coming for you, Bergevin. I hope you fucking listen to this podcast. I'm coming for you.
I'm gonna get your fucking cards.
I will pass you in that ranking.
He's got like 360 something.
Yeah, I have 170 something.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
She's coming up.
I have a lot coming in the mail. Like, it was bad enough with the checklist and spending all of my time doing that.
Of course.
And then seeing how you can easily click through to the ones you don't have and search for that, which is, like, partially amazing if you're collecting one player.
Right.
So when I was just doing Crawford, it was fantastic. But then when I started clicking through for other players, that's when it became an issue, and I had to cut myself off.
Yeah.
And
also, you do have a little bit of self-control.
Yeah, I got better at doing it when they were non-Blackhawks players.
Okay.
When I did Brandon Hagel and Philip Kurashev, on the other hand, I didn't have as much self-control. I had some.
Okay.
I saved some to buy some other time. But it was great for the Crawford ones. But then I found the ranking thing, and now my life is ruined because, like we said, like 3 hours ago now, I am so competitive.
She's very competitive.
So seeing that I am number 2 for my goaltender and
is
the
a
collection,
problem.
I think I almost fell over when I saw it yesterday. Which I understand, because going through the checklist, I realized that I am missing a lot of cards. Even though I have 170 now, that's a lot, but he has like 1,500. There are a lot of printing plates, and those don't count.
And fuck those things, yeah.
Those don't count. So I don't know how many it is without those. But then seeing I was second, it destroyed something inside of me.
It awakened the monster.
So now I must be first. But now I have to wait for all of the cards that I bought to come in.
So you can enter them and make sure you don't double buy them?
Yes, which I have done a few times. But also, like, I don't want to check them off until they get here, even if I know I've bought them, because they could get lost in the mail. They could be damaged when they arrive. And that doesn't count, because no one wants a fucking damaged card. So I have to wait until they come in. So I've just been checking some off each day as they come in the mail.
I can't imagine the mail person.
She probably thinks I'm insane. She's probably like, what the fuck is this girl buying?
Why is she buying so many things?
Why are there so many packages in the mail every fucking day? They like combine them with a rubber band. Yeah. Some days there's only one. Some days there's like 8.
It's a problem.
And they all say eBay, so she's probably like, what the fuck is she buying? And like, they're all small. What is she buying? Hockey cards.
Hockey cards, ma'am.
So many hockey cards.
Oh, Lord.
It's horrible. It's great, but it's horrible at the same time. Because I do want to complete that collection the best that I can.
Of course.
But the competitiveness inside of me until I pass Bergevin is like, it's...
What if it's actually Bergevin?
This dude lives in Norway. Mark Bergevin doesn't live in Norway.
That you know of.
That I know. If I look at the analytics, there's probably one viewer or listener from Norway. Friggin' Bergevin.
It's Bergevin. We do have a Norway listener, don't we?
Probably. I don't know.
There was somewhere that you said.
There's a lot of random things that pop up. Yeah. Bergevin. If you are listening, please tell me. Because I have this made-up rivalry with you now, and I don't know you. Like, I respect it, but I'm also mad about it. Because I must be first for my goalie.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it says on his profile that he collects Blackhawks cards, so it makes sense that he has a lot of them.
Of course. But
I am ahead of you in Brandon Hagel and Philip Kershaw.
So take that, Bergevin.
Yeah, take that. But there's so many sides to that because he's ahead of me, but then it also makes me think of the Canadians, and then I just get mad all over again thinking about them and their fucking draft.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. It's really nothing against you personally.
It's not your fault.
I'm just competitive. At least I'm not fucking racist because I'm competitive.
Hey. That.
Tony.
We're not ending
We're
this
not
on a
going
Tony
back
note.
there.
No, I've been watching
on
YouTube a lot of like I always watch true crime stuff, but I found like this subgenre of like interrogation analytics.
Interesting.
Yes. And I've been watching them so much. I've been watching them like all day. And then my nighttime routine, it sometimes includes YouTube, but sometimes I just watch TikTok till I fall asleep. I don't send you half of the videos that I want to send you, but I should. I'm going to start doing it, even though you don't have TikTok.
I don't.
Can you watch them, though?
I can.
Okay. So I'm not just sending you
videos
you can't watch.
I can watch them. It just opens them in
the
Safari.
browser.
Yeah. See, that would keep you awake much longer than this painting YouTube channel.
Yeah. Probably. Because they're funny sometimes.
And then you just keep watching through them. But
oh my God.
Just watching and paint and fall to sleep.
There is no time suck like TikTok.
Yes, there is. A hockey checklist.
I mean, like universally. Not just you. Because I understand that struggle. I do.
I spent a whole weekend on one player. A whole weekend!
But yeah, it's just like TikTok made it so you can make 3-minute long videos now.
I noticed.
It's too much most of the time.
Yeah, that's like a fucking YouTube video.
It's stupid, but it's so much harder to get through a 3-minute video than it is one. Like, it just feels like it goes on fucking forever, which is stupid. Our attention spans have become so short. Oh, I miss Vine.
It depends on the medium, right?
Yes.
Like, if I'm listening to a podcast, it can be however
hours long. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm watching a YouTube video, it depends on the channel.
Yeah.
But if it's like over 12 minutes, I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Really?
Yeah.
My cutoff is usually under 30. But
again, it depends on the channel.
Of course. And I have a lot on my watch later list that are like documentaries that are over an hour and stuff. But you got to set aside time for that.
Yeah. But if it's a channel that like usually uploads around like 8 to 12 minutes, and then all of a sudden they have a 20-minute video, I get like, irrationally angry. Like, that just threw off everything. Why is that video so long? It's so weird. So it depends on the medium, like the length of things.
Yeah, but like when you become accustomed to 1-minute videos and then suddenly there's 3, it's like my brain is melting just trying to get through a 3-minute video, which is so fucked up.
I remember when you had to like apply to upload minutes longer than like 15 minutes to YouTube. Yeah,
because Jack used to be a streamer and he would, well, not a streamer, he would play Minecraft and then edit the videos and upload them. And you had to apply to make anything over. Like,
maybe it was over 10 minutes and then they bumped it to 15. I don't know. One of those two.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Now
the
you can
old
just
days of YouTube.
Make YouTube videos as long as you fucking want.
You can. That being said, if you are just listening to this podcast and you want to watch us on the YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/c/FromCenterIce. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, you should go over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and a review because we would greatly appreciate that. Or give this video a like if you are on the YouTube.
And obviously subscribe.
Yeah.
If you're not, you better
subscribed,
be.
What the heck?
What are you doing with your life?
What the heck?
Just sub.
Do you collect anything? Let us know.
Please tell us.
If you collect Crawford cards,
I'm on to you.
I'm coming for you, especially if your name's Bergevin.
You better not be Bergevin.
That would be so hilarious if that person, whoever they are, listens to this and they're like, wait a second.
Oh, hold on, that's me.
Hold on. Again, nothing against you personally.
No, we're cool. But I'm coming for you.
I will have more Crawford cards than you. It's going to happen. It gave me a goal. It's a bad thing to do. To give me a goal. To beat somebody.
She will definitely go to extreme lengths to compete.
And extreme prices. Anyway. Follow us on social media. All of those links are in the show notes. Go to FromCenterIce.com. You can find everything over there. Yeah. Gosh.
Watch some painting videos to fall asleep.
Yes, I will link to that in the show notes, like I said, because, oh my gosh, shout out to that person. They don't need me to do that. They have like millions of subscribers on YouTube. But real.
We want you to know what you're talking about. Yeah. I would also like to know what you're talking about.
I will let you know. And I want all of you to get fantastic sleep like I have the past couple nights.
Yes.
So you should go watch those videos. After you're done listening to us, of course.
Of course.
Duh. I think that's about it. I think that's about it.
Okay.
I'll probably go back to clicking some more.
Yeah.
Since I'm up here and like not down there where all of the cards are reminding me.
Yeah, just like yelling at you like, enter us.
Search for more. No!
Go to eBay.
I know, there's gonna be like dancing in my dreams. Come find me.
That would be something that happens.
Yeah,
too.
I do want to do like a whole video about
hockey cards?
My cards, yeah. Maybe just like the top 2 of my collection, so Corey and Bagel. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know. Or a whole video about collecting and why the fuck do we do it? Because what's the point? Which I still ask myself all of the time.
That needs to happen. I
kind of want to put research into it though, so that'll be something that comes down the line. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
That's all.
All right. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. Bye.